Wake up, gamers, because you're listening to the Big Think Dimension with Dan and Bob Video Games.
Bob, our new intro has ray tracing.
Ooh, cool. KZ Excellent.
I'm optimistic about things.
And Mr. Feel.
And so I shall.
Here on GigaBoots.
And that is what the third birthday means.
Great. Finally.
Now we can move on to actual news. You see this Taco Bell shit?
Yes.
Here's the fucked up thing.
People say protests don't work.
Here's the fucked up thing. A category of Game of the Year that is relevant to that comes out this week, almost came out last week. It's the category that slipped. These fuckers.
Yeah, people immediately fucking, they're like, you got hit again, didn't you? I'm like,
They still aren't getting shredded chicken back on the menu though.
They're working on it.
I'm still taking that L.
Yeah. Sorry, the potatoes
to find out specifically what happened, what he said, because I haven't watched this horrible video yet.
Yes, that's true. We have a link in the description to the tweet video from the CEO, and Jesus fuck.
Oh, no.
That's how immediate that is, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad, honestly. Like, you know how some people say it's not that bad? No one ever said that about this. Not one person said, oh, it's not that bad. I don't. This seems like a worst case scenario of a Nick Jr. intermission thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
It's like Annoying Orange combined with your worst nightmares.
They're like, our CEO's a VTuber now.
Oh my god. Hey, this is Todd from Taco Bell. Nico, anyway. We got potatoes back because you, the people, asked for them.
I will start going to Taco Bell again in March.
That's the
He
important.
just winked at me and I feel aroused.
You talk about it, Bob. Do it. Shoot him.
oh, they also talk about Beyond Meat.
Yes. Bob said some shit and I nearly died.
Yeah, no, I was like, yeah, if they do that, then they have something closer to beef than they've ever served before.
Like, do you also put sand in the Beyond Meat? You have to keep it consistent.
You gotta level
Gravel.
the playing field, you know? You can't. Look, it's all about balancing the meta.
Yeah. God, I don't know if you can make Beyond Meat taste like weird Taco Bell fake meat.
Well, here's the thing, Bob. You just use 1 part meat, fake meat, and 1 part cumin.
I'm trying to think, okay? Like
1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, half and half, bro. I'm trying to think if you were to add 1 ingredient to Impossible beef to get it closer to Taco Bell's ground beef. I'm pretty sure it's used corn oil. Is anyone like just really scummy oil? That's all I can. That's the first thing off the top of my head. Bob, if you had to add 1 ingredient to get it as close as possible in 1 shot, what is it?
It's such a mystery. I really can't tell you. I have no idea.
See, here's the thing. My first thing would have been heartburn, but that's not an ingredient.
Feels probably right. It's just cumin.
I'm human.
Oh my god. I'm just that's so fucked up. Could you imagine you give someone the new Impossible beef taco and a normal ground beef taco from Taco Bell and they're just like, which one's real beef? They're like, neither.
Which one's gonna make me a girl?
They look like the fucking shot from Blade Runner 2049 with the strong magenta cast and him looking up with bloodshot eyes and a bloody nose.
Maybe it's just water. Like they add enough water that it becomes that slop that the Taco Bell meat is.
Oh, come on. Come on. How come, okay, so this is a serious question.
Uh-huh.
How come Taco Bell hasn't just embraced it and just sell their shit in cans like Manwich?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
They did it for their beans for a bit.
Yeah, they did it for
Yeah,
their
they
beans
still
for a bit.
they still sell McDonald's refried beans, but that's different than just here's our meat in a can.
What if they're not allowed to?
You can't ask health laws to be sold
Like
in a
they've
store.
tried, but it got rejected.
The USDA is like, thank you, but no. What grade of beef is this? Is this beef? Oh man, fuck. Jesus Christ. Okay, we gotta talk about games.
Yes.
Okay, real quick before we talk about games, last note. Hey, you two, have you ever eaten mochi? Like just mochi?
No.
Okay, so
Describe it.
This is gonna be okay. So they make a gummy exterior from like rice gluten, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Like really stretchy, really tasty. And it has a great flex to it. Bob bought frozen mochi, which had like an outer coating of what tasted like Duncan Hines yellow cake. It was pretty all right. What were you gonna say?
I feel like you gave me too much credit. I'm pretty sure that was just flour.
Don't listen to this guy.
Yeah, I've seen like the mochi ice cream, but I haven't bought any.
Mochi ice cream, slightly different thing, but it still has the mochi exterior. Really good, by the way. But no, Bob, flour tastes like dirt almost.
Yeah, this stuff, the outer coating tastes like almost nothing on this, so I don't.
This man's insane. Anyway, the moral of this story, the point is, Bob gets the package. It's frozen. He sticks it in the fridge. The package says, hey, eat this within 5 days, because, it goes bad after that, is the implication. It goes bad after that. Bob gets this thing out. We eat a few on day 1. I don't touch it on day 2 because I ate a few too many. I feel like I'm getting greedy. Day 3, the thing is as hard as like an expired fruit gusher.
Oh no.
I'm like, what do you mean 5 days? By day 5, these are rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nicer grocery store, like I sensed that problem with the mochi ice cream because the nicer grocery store has like a self-serving cooler.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Put them in a thing, and it's like these are bricks. What I wouldn't bite into one. How do you eat these?
So with those, you normally like I've seen some places that are like, okay, pull these out and let them sit at room temperature for like 5 minutes. Like I've seen some of them that are like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
the
that's
frozen
the plan.
ones, you gotta let them thaw. Like I put the ones I got in the refrigerator, and eventually they thawed out a bit.
Yeah. Those ones were designed to be soft. They were soft to great day 1. Day 3, they were a nightmare. I'm not touching those again, Bob, just to be clear.
I mean, they're gone now.
Okay.
I finished them.
Okay, that's good.
Because I was like, oh, these are ruined. I might as well just eat them.
I don't want to see day 5.
No.
It'll literally be a fucking rock.
Because the inside's still all gooey, but, the outside's like this weird shell that's awful now.
Yeah, the inside's a delicious red bean paste. The outside is a rock. Anyway, Bob, what the fuck did you play?
I played a Star Ocean EX, the anime.
Oh
No.
That's not a game, you bastard, but I want to know. I saw those clips of not moving shit.
That was my Christmas present to Eric.
Yeah, because Eric's a huge Star Ocean fan, and Bob knows that Eric definitely likes that anime and hasn't been on the record about any other statements, right, Bob?
Definitely. It's not like he's told me directly that was the worst show he ever watched all the way through. And I told him, yeah, I torrented back in the day, watched one episode and was done.
Is this like the clip that Macaulay Culkin keeps playing in Home Alone 2, where Bob just shoots Eric to death with a Tommy gun and is like, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Is that how this went?
That's basically how it went, and I got caught up.
Each episode is a bullet.
Each episode is multiple bullets. They're layers.
That clip that you posted, that's just they drew 6 drawings, and each one they cut to it and make it shake.
Yeah, they just make it shake. Here's him chasing after a carriage. You get to see horses that shake on a background that's blurry, and then him that shakes on a background that's blurry.
His shoes lifted, so he's running.
There was a studio mandate or something like that there had to be an action or fight scene section in every episode, but none of them had any money, so none of them are animated.
Also, none of them have any concept of how to do action.
Yeah, no.
It's fucking nuts. It's like the script comes in, right? And it's like, hey, he needs to walk over to this table and pick a thing up, and the director just starts sweating.
Oh man, it's too much for me.
What the fuck? How am I gonna do this? It's unreal.
Okay, this girl needs to be upset and run out of the room. I don't know how to do it, man. Zoom in on this other guy's face and play a door sound.
Oh, no, that's more cogent than what actually happened, Bob. Bob, guys, here's what happens. It fades to black. You hear narration of all the sounds. You hear Foley of running, a door slam, and everything else. Then you get a flashback from earlier in the episode. They couldn't animate a girl leaving a room upset.
This is episode 2.
This thing is, everyone knows I use Lost Universe as the local punching bag. Lost Universe is so much better done. It's so much more animated. The series that doesn't even have a complete intro has its shit together better than Star Ocean EX. Worth noting, this is the beginning of like flash animation type stuff in anime. There's the clip of the chase scene feel in case you haven't seen it.
The Claude running.
Sorry. 1 second feel. In this anime, he's called Claude.
Okay, Claude has advanced forward. It looks like was it Sato that made the gif of the really wide guy running towards you?
Yes.
It reminds me of that.
It's funny, they call him Claude, but then his jacket says Crod.
Yeah,
that's like that's what I was referencing.
It's really good.
Right. No.
All the like Star Ocean 2 is not voice acted, but the characters have battle lines, you know. And one of Claude's battle lines when you level up is "Crod has advanced forward."
Yeah,
but
it's
not like English. It's the English guy saying it, and he says Claude in every other one.
Yeah, and he kind of snickers after that one, so you know that he knows he screwed it up.
Also, that slide is really good. We were losing it watching these episodes.
It's that part. Every episode has something like this.
It's impressive. Honestly, I'm thinking if it weren't for a massive betrayal to buy this and watch it without Eric, I would absolutely do that.
Oh, this seems pretty good. I might have to order this.
It's so good. Yeah,
I'm sure it's better than Cross Ange, something that arrived and I watched 2 episodes of.
Wonderful.
I need to put a link to these tweets in the description too, because people need to see this.
You can tell that show's good because Phil watched 1 episode and said, "So, not all of them are like that, right?"
See, whereas the answer there could be anything. The answer here is yes, they're all like episode 1. Where what attacks her, Bob? What attacks the lady in episode 1?
A giant ape, just like in the game.
Yes, but for just like in the game. Minor difference though. It apparently is submarining.
Yeah, it lives in a river before this. It's like is spying on her from within the river and then sneaks out.
It's just like, how long was it down there?
Can he live like that?
Was it literally stealthing her? What? Who sent this thing to assassinate her? Yeah, this series is unreal levels of terrible. It's so fucking funny. It's unbelievably funny.
Oh my god! And then the stuff they added for in space, because they expand on the lore of Star Ocean 2.
Oh, that's a mistake.
So you get to see more of Claude, Crowberry,
Crawdaddy,
Crawfish
out there on the spaceship, which is a single frame in space.
Oh.
That they keep cutting to as the exteriors of the spaceship, like, oh no, they're going through an asteroid belt. There's one frame.
Is it like them cutting to like the Moonanite's ship?
Basically. No. It's so bad.
Here's how bad it is. Lost Universe is infamous because a studio fire happened and they literally lost part of the intro and almost all of episode 4, I think it is. So they had to rush remaking episode 4, and it's one of the roughest things to ever air as an anime on Japanese television, right? Like, it became infamous for that. The intro literally has signs that characters hold where they apologize because the intro isn't done. Eric gets a third through watching this intro, has already hit one of those and goes, man, this looks a lot nicer than Star Ocean EX.
Yeah, the intro to Star Ocean EX is so sad.
God. Isn't like episode 4 of Gurren Lagann also really insanely rough?
I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I watched
the one
Gurren
that had the
Lagann.
different animation style. Is that it? Is that the one?
I
remember when I'm like, is it looking weird and different? A reference to Lost Universe?
Oh, because Gurren Lagann had an episode that had like a weird style, and then
it's
one of the
episode 4.
directors had a fucking meltdown.
Now I'm curious. I haven't watched that since the original airing for all the way through. So I need to go check that out. I remember that being
a thing of like, this episode looks weird and people didn't like it, and then the director's like, you fucking, your taste is smelling ass, or some really insane.
Yeah, I just googled Gurren Lagann episode 4. Why does it look so shitty? Why does it look bad? Why does it look like that? What the hell happened?
If that was some bizarre reference to the snow crab episode, I will be impressed. Or coconut crab? I can't remember. Coconut crab, okay.
Yeah, the coconut crab episode of fucking Lost Universe is unreal. Luckily, some brave soul uploaded the home release version side by side with the broadcast version of the coconut crab episode of Lost Universe, and it's one of the funniest fucking things. They draw characters completely wrong. There are shots where the perspective is as bad as Rahab in the Patreon bumper going up the elevator this month. It's really good. It's really good.
Okay. Oh, damn. So I had to look up the context for this Gurren Lagann thing, because I remember it being the dumbest thing in the world. The producer of the series and co-founder of Gainax had to step down, or said that he would resign, because he made comments to people on a forum saying the episode looked bad, saying reading your opinions was like putting his face next to an anus and breathing deeply.
I actually remember that.
I remember that quote. I didn't know it was from that. God,
wow.
Can you imagine, like, anybody in America having to resign for that?
That would be hilarious.
Instead, it's like, no, this guy's great. He's, the toxic fans.
We need to make him president.
Yes. So, I found a really good comparison picture, okay? Just one still from this infamously bad episode. On the left is what they broadcasted. On the right is the home release on VHS.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's got some real Mekaku City actors.
Yeah,
energy.
I know. I was already like, can I find that? That was also bad.
There was a lot of like CG anime from whenever that aired. That was like it was like 2014, where it was like, we can't finish this animation for it to air, so we'll just make the show twice.
Yeah, there's one.
Yep, that shit's unreal.
Great looking.
Yeah.
The top one still looks better than XR.
Let's not talk about XR. It's too perfect.
Oh, X-Arm? Yeah.
Man, EX in the name of an anime just really ruins it, doesn't it? We got Star Ocean EX, EX Arm.
Yeah, that's the real problem. Not we hired a director who can't do action scenes and then gave him no money. Anyway, hey Bob.
Hey Dan.
What games have you been playing? Star Ocean EX is great. Go buy it on. Who did you buy it from?
I've got True Right stuff. It's on SD Blu-ray, a very cool format where they have 32 episodes on one Blu-ray disc.
One Bluray disc. It's really great.
I can't wait for the day I just put the Sorceress Stabber Orphan SD Blu-ray into my player and just be like, okay, this is just gonna run for 12 hours.
Just fuck me up.
Oh yeah, no, that was the feeling we had when we stuck in Star Ocean. We're just like, yeah, I'm okay with this being my life today. Fuck this. But aside from that, Bob.
Yeah.
What else did you play?
I tried a little bit of The Last of Us 2. Not The Last of Us 2. God,
the fuck?
The Last Blade 2. I was like, laugh.
Oh
okay,
God.
Here we go.
I leave Bob's house for 10 minutes and he puts his arm in a blender.
But yeah, I wanted to mess with the online play.
Okay, how's The Last Blade 2? Wait, what are you playing it on? Switch?
The PS4.
Oh, okay, PS4. Got it.
Well, the PS5 playing the PS4 version.
Whatever. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. So it is really hard to find a game because, it's a random old game. Not many people playing it, even though it did get that update to have the good netcode now.
Hard to find a match. Got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you can just do story mode, and then you'll get randomly attacked by strangers. So that works. Eventually, I found somebody just doing that.
Did they wreck your shit?
No, actually, like I won some of the rounds.
Oh,
I think they were
surprising.
Yeah, I don't think there's an insane fan base for Last Blade 2, sadly. Like, I guess that there just isn't that going on at the moment. Maybe at some point. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to practice mode because I've never actually learned all these characters' moves and whatnot. I was like, okay, there's some neat stuff here. It's definitely a slower game. It's a lot closer to Samurai Showdown than most other fighting games. But I love the art style in it a lot. Like, it has some of my favorite character designs and whatnot in fighting games. And it's really exciting to see Hibiki come into Samurai Showdown.
Yeah, that's pretty hype.
So mess with her a bit in there and lots of neat things, and found out the cheat codes for getting extreme mode characters, which have a cool color scheme for each of them, and like give them all the powers from, like, there's normally 2 modes for each character, or power or speed.
Mm-hmm.
And speed has like a what is it, Street Fighter Alpha style, what's that mode where they do lots of fast hits?
Vism has the double image, yeah.
Yeah, the Vism mode, basically. So you just get, instead of a super attack, you get Vism, and you get like do cool combo. But with Extreme, you're just like, yeah, I get to do all the cool special moves in this. It's like, oh, this is just unbalanced. Okay, whatever.
Can you do that in online matches?
Yes. The reason I found out it existed is one of the online match guys did it to me.
Oh. Well, I guess that was a teachable moment.
I guess so.
Finally.
Jeez.
But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. There's even extra secret characters that unlockable characters by doing codes as well. Like, you can play as the boss of the game, which I assume you can do that online. I didn't try it. That's a little much. And there's one where it's like, oh yeah, play as this guy who normally rides on the shoulder of this huge guy. Oh no, you don't actually play as him. He's the intro. So he's like challenges them to a fight and then is shown away by this huge dude. So yeah, that game's really cool. Definitely just checking it out if you like samurai stuff at all and fighting games.
I'm sorry, I like King's stuff and fighting games, so I'll be waiting for King of Fighters 2000.
I mean, that's
was it 2 or 3?
2002.
Okay, Ultimate Match.
Yep.
That's later this month, right?
Ooh, I don't know if they gave us a date.
Oh, God damn it.
Right? I was like, I think they just said it's coming.
That's actually the important thing.
I know. I also played while Eric was over. We went all the way through Ninja Saviors, Return of the Warriors. I had to look at that title. It's such a bad name.
It's a terrible title.
Which I believe was just Ninja Warriors on the Super Nintendo?
Yes.
Okay. And now we have the dumb name because I guess it's the European name mixed with our name, and it's a mess.
Yeah, that's a real fucking mess. I don't know.
What is it in Japan? Isn't it just like the Ninja Warriors again?
Once again, I think.
Man, all these names suck.
Yeah.
Yet again.
That game,
the Ninja Warriors once again, which I think is funny, but it's terrible.
Yeah.
It definitely is that, yeah.
This is my first time playing this co-op. You share a health bar and a power bar.
Yeah, so it's one giant health bar, one giant power bar. Both players in co-op have to share it.
Yeah, and this is a beat-em-up game, so if one of you dies, you just both explode. It's like, oh wow, this is rough.
It's really funny because I didn't know this. I see Bob get punched, and his character just explodes and starts falling down and stuff, and it's like doing the death animation. I'm like, okay, let's see if Eric can pull them through. I look over at Eric. He reels back, and then he explodes, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Why did his dude just explode for no reason? Oh, they share a health bar. That's unhinged.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I'm not sure I would have played any Double Dragon if they made me share a fucking health bar with whoever I'm playing with.
I also got to try out the last new characters I didn't get to play before. It's the gigantic robot. He's as big as the biggest boss. He's maybe a little bit bigger.
In a game where your character on average is maybe a seventh the height of the screen, this motherfucker's literally 2/3 the size of your screen vertically. He is a mini boss.
Yeah.
It's
he has like a button combo to turn around because he's just stuck in one direction otherwise. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. Incredibly hard to dodge anything, as you might imagine.
Yeah.
Or the screen.
Yeah, there are multiple parts where it's just like, okay, the enemy is in the background. They're shooting a ton of missiles at this entire landscape, but it's okay. You can dodge them unless you're the size of the screen.
And even worse than the missiles is like, okay, now sneak through these fans. Like, what do you mean? I can't move. But a very cool game. Really great beat 'em up. I don't know about this co-op mode.
Yeah, I come back from what I was doing, and I'm like, oh, hey guys, what's up? And they're just playing it, and Eric's like, hey, you want to play? And by this point, I found out about the health bar thing, and I'm like, nah, no, I'm good. Man, thank you though.
And I think we were both pointing out while playing it of, hey, if they just use 2 more buttons, this could be a lot better. maybe give me a dodge and a guard button separately from hold the attack button to guard. So that means you need to get out of attack before you can block. It's real silly.
Yeah, that's a word for it. Sure.
It's really bad. Is that better?
It's an acquired taste.
There we go.
Yeah, I wasn't the hugest fan of this game on the SNES. I think it's a really awesome thing they did, rebuilding this in high definition for like PS4 generation consoles. And this is, the same people who did what was the Western game?
Oh God, what is the name of that thing?
I can't remember the name of it. It's like
Gunsmoke or
Wild Guns?
Wild Guns. Thank you.
Okay.
It's just they all blur together at some point, and yeah, Gunsmoke's over there being like, "It's me," and I'm like, "No, you're not." No.
And they're also...
There's no point in remembering any cowboy game that isn't Sunset Riders.
Wild Guns is pretty great.
Yeah,
it's probably my favorite.
I know, I like Wild Guns, but Sunset Riders has bury me with my money.
Yes,
that's really good.
That is pretty
my
good.
favorite part of that game.
He also has Cormano.
This is good shit.
They're also working on the Pocky Rocky game, so I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, given how the Wild Guns thing went, and then this ninja game that people play for some reason, I'm really excited for that Pocky and Rocky game.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. I fucking love Pocky and Rocky.
It's just
Even
pretty
it's
cool.
really fucking hard, and I've never beaten either of them.
It was really good when we hit that point on the live stream where it's like, oh, the game's actually hard now, and Bob's like, we can move on, and I'm like, no, we can't. I need to see this through.
That's fair.
We can move on. Dan, why are our seatbelts locked? Why can't I unbuckle it, Dan? Dan,
the door won't open.
We can't get out.
Don't you see? We need to see the under. Did you play anything else, Bob?
Yeah, I actually went back to Dragon Quest Heroes 2 now that I have the PS5 and the game can run right.
Whoa.
Ooh.
That's a feature.
Ooh.
I felt like I stopped this game right before the ending.
Uh-huh.
And then I shoved another, probably 6+ hours, and it's just all filler and bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's like, you need to go to the Dark World. It's all just shadow versions of the old maps. Walk through them. There's going to be a ton of holding the point missions now. To make it harder, the health bars are now double to triple what they should be. Yeah, it's gotten a lot worse. And then it's
This one doesn't even have the fucking excuse of being on the Vita.
No.
Oh, yes, it was. It was on the fucking Vita.
Oh, I knew it was on the Switch, but I didn't know it was on the Vita.
It is on the Vita. Make a new one now that they don't have to function on the Vita, please.
Yeah, what else? It has probably the worst setup for metal slimes in any Dragon Quest that I've played.
Okay, how?
You go to an area.
Mm-hmm.
All you know that is the slime could possibly appear in this gigantic Dynasty Warrior-sized map. You have no indication of where or how. You just wander and hope. And it's just like, if I... Like in regular Dragon Quest, you get hit by a random battle, whatever. You get experience from the battle. Here, I'd literally be losing time looking by fighting things. Because you have to... It's an action game. You have to literally stop to fight enemies.
Yeah.
So... that's slower than just running as fast as you can through the maps, hoping that one of these slimes appears. So I'm just kind of locked at the level I am, and the final bosses become way too big of a health bar to deal with without leveling up.
You're really selling me on this game right now.
It's super frustrating that it did this in the last act. It's like, guys, it was fun until now. What happened? So I hope to finish that within this next week. I thought I would finish it this week. I was going to go play Star Ocean Original
Yeah, you got the PS4 version.
Yeah,
of that,
the
right?
PS4 version of that. I was like, I'm having fun with this, but I should go finish Dragon Quest before I let myself just jump into an RPG because I watched a bad anime. And the only other thing I played was Third Birthday. Should we even talk about it?
Yeah, I'll keep this brief. People kept saying
one other thing other than that.
Oh,
Mile mode.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's true. I was going to cover that by segment, but yeah. So we played Third Birthday. As expected, that game's mechanically engaging to me because there are multiple layers every battle works on. So even though to the audience it looks like nothing but combat rooms, it's kind of an action game. So it's fine. Like there's enough variety in the way each encounter is set up where it really works for me, and I was engaged the whole time. There were people in chat though who were just yelling, "Man, this game sucks," and I'm like, I don't know, I'm playing it right now and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I was like, this is more fun constantly than Parasite Eve 2 ever is.
Yeah,
that game seems like more high rent than any other game Square Enix put out on the PSP.
Yeah,
considering they put out Crisis Core and Birth by Sleep on the PSP is nuts.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I was really impressed by it, but I never thought to compare it to any of the other ones. It has like tons of CG in it. It has so much budget. It is really insane for a PSP game, like visually stunning, et cetera, et cetera.
They have a lot of their output on PSP was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Because then you remember they put out 2 fucking Dissidias in there.
They put out the best Final Fantasy fighting game. Sorry, Argies. They put out the best Kingdom Hearts. Sorry, 3. And then they put out Third Birthday. It's not the best Parasite Eve, but it's darn good. So
it's almost like they completely abandoned another part of their business model, like maybe the consoles.
No, 7th gen didn't exist. It died in a car accident immediately. You have to let go. It never happened.
Who's to say, who's wrong or right here, Bob? Because they could just do PS4 ports of all that shit, and it's fine. We forgive them. All that shit. That includes Duodesso. Get on it. God. What are they doing over there? They're fucking...
Just stupid. Just being completely idiots.
You don't even understand the scale of stupid I'm operating at right now. It's really, yeah. But so when I came into Third Birthday, what I really expected is that the story, because I played probably 70 or 80% of the game one to 2 times. Because I played most of it twice, and then I played 70%, 80% of it at least once. I expected the story in the end to be so bad I would want to fucking pull out my eyes with spoons based on the memery. It's bad, and plot-wise, I'm never, ever gonna want to play that game again. But mechanically, it was fun the whole way through. So it's still better than Parasite Eve 2 by a lot.
Yeah, I think the only thing that was like, okay, this mechanically not great was around the final boss. We're like, well, to make it hard, we're just going to screw with you by messing with the lock-on system.
Yeah, and when you consider the number one shortcoming of this game is it's on the PSP, so it only has so many buttons to work with. I imagine most human beings trying to engage with those controls are already very frustrated.
Yeah.
We were playing it on a PlayStation Vita TV, so we could set the right analog stick to the D-pad, which let us move the camera and run at the same time without using a fucked up claw thing. But yeah, no, I enjoyed that game. That plot twist sure is some shit, though.
Yeah.
You finally know.
Really, it's not even that related to the birthday part.
It really
it's
isn't.
really related to the...
Yeah, I know. That's why that's the bit.
The birthday
bit
part
is stupid, okay?
Oh, man.
It's like I'll pick what's really the least important part.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. That title basically means jack shit. The other part is nightmarish, and some people should have been arrested, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know how any of this got through at all. You'd think after writing that plot twist, there would be various vetting processes that would be like, you can't do this. Don't release this. This is illegal.
But if you're wondering what that is, here's the problem, you guys. You can't watch the ending to Third Birthday on YouTube because Square is still doing copyright takedowns, DMCAs, in the year of our Lord 2021. So,
which is weird because I do their stuff all the time. You found the one game.
Yeah, they just don't want anyone to know. So I have a solution. It isn't coming. Please be patient.
Now, I'm trying to find it. It's like, who is involved with writing that? Toriyama. And someone who worked on multiple episodes and variations of Queen's Blade.
Oh my fucking God.
That makes a lot of sense.
That is the ultimate combo of villains.
Yeah.
Throw them into a black hole.
Because it's Toriyama and then it's Takeuchi, who's known for scripts on Queen's Blade 2, Queen's Blade OVA.
Yeah, throw them in a fucking black hole.
Queen's Blade, the Exiled Virgin.
I think you're misrepresenting this person a little because he wrote scripts for shitloads of stuff that is not horny titty anime.
Yeah, I know. I saw that, and I saw Yu-Gi-Oh, and I also saw 4 episodes of Beautiful Joe
and 4 episodes of Haikyuu. Also, he apparently wrote most of those weird Marvel animes like Disc Wars, where the heroes are Pokemon.
But yeah, moving on from that, please look forward to my solution for the ending in the next couple weeks or whatever.
Your final solution.
My final. They pushed me, man. We need to talk about Maverick Hunter X.
Oh, yeah.
The PSP remake of Mega Man X. What's up?
I thought we needed to touch on how similar this is to certain other games that the same person has written.
Yeah, Toriyama should be thrown in a black hole. Moving on, though, and not addressing that, because we do plenty of that in the stream. Feel free to watch that shit.
Okay, but I have to know. You don't have to. You just give me a yes or no. Is Third Birthday the same thing as Lightning Returns?
No.
No.
Okay.
Not that. Yeah.
Much more recent things. Anyway,
Maverick Hunter X. It's a PSP remake of Mega Man X. Now, I've known this for a while. I beat it. It's fun. We thought, whatever. This Third Birthday thing was only 9.5 hours. That's too short for one of our streams. So we went on to beat a whole nother game.
That's why when you were saying it's like we did this already, let's do the Vile mode. And I'm like, when'd you do it? I was like, I missed the announcement of doing that one. And I'm like, oh, you.
I was like, this is fun. This is a fun thing we do. And then I was like, Bob, you know what I love? I love competition. Maybe we should invite KZ to a friendly competition. See if he can get to Final Fantasy X too by the time we beat Dragon Quest VIII and we just go 1-8. And then,
sure.
and then we all die.
And then both of you are dead.
Sure, let's do it. We'll do that, and then when I'm done with 10-2, I'll start my Kingdom Hearts marathon again and die.
Feels like, hey, Patreon? Hey, all my other co-hosts died. Give me that money.
Yeah, can you give me his login information?
Please?
Thank you.
Can you give me his social security number?
I don't know why you go to Patreon. You just be like, I'm gonna DM Tosh. Be like, hey, I know funeral expenses are rough, but that money was for business,
and I'm here to do business. We've got a job to do. But yeah, Maverick Hunter X. It's pretty neat. It's all right. I think as a PSP game, it's really impressive, and visually, it holds up really well. Looks infinitely better than Mighty Number 9, and uses like 100th the polygons. But we've been hearing for years that we needed to check out Vile mode.
I watched this part of your stream. It was real bad.
It was fucking nuts.
After the third game over on level 1, I just closed the window.
The difficulty brick wall was interesting. No one who plays that mode remembers it, because when you do more than one playthrough, you get infinite ammo and apparently get to keep shit, I guess. They haven't played level 1 from point blank in so long, no one remembered, oh yeah, this is insanely weirdly hard. The hardest part of the game is stage 1. The second hardest part is a fucking platforming challenge you have to do on a mech. Mechs, when you're playing as Vile, are timed. You get 32 seconds and then they self-destruct. And you need to platform this thing on floating platforms with barely any field of view at all in Storm Eagle's stage to get to a wall to break it down. Bob, we spent, 40 minutes getting that?
At least. That was really bad. I kept begging you to stop because we didn't need it. It was just another sub-tank. I was convinced that we wouldn't need it by the end at all. And we had people in chat like, yeah, no, you'll need it. You'll need that. And they were like, you don't even fight Sigma in this mode.
I was like, Bob, based on our abilities right now, Sigma seems like a nightmare. You get to where you, as X, would normally fight Vile. And as Vile, you have to fight X and Zero at the same time. By that point, you're at broken levels of powerful. So they just job immediately. I got it on my first try, only used
that
one
That ending was
sub-tank.
really funny.
It was so, yeah, we need to talk about the tone of this mode. Vile is the most bitter loser in the world.
So good. I can't get over how funny it is.
It's like a character assassination of Vile, but he deserves it, so I'm all for it.
It's so insane, KZ. He literally, okay, so the thing starts and Sigma's like, you need to be on my team. We're going to do an insurrection. I'm going to kill X. And then Vile's like, yeah, whatever. Thanks for getting me out of prison. And then after that, Sigma goes, yeah, all my troops are being insubordinate. Can you deal with that? He's like, sure, I'll fucking kill them. And he shows up at every fucking Reploid, right? Every Maverick. And they're like, hey, you're on our team now, right? And he's like, I don't like any team with a plan that involves X, so I'm going to kill you. There's one person he runs into, and then he's like, so what do you think? And then the Maverick, I forget who it was, they were like, you mean X? He goes, yeah, what do you think about him? And he goes, yeah, I think he might be stronger than you. He goes, I'm going to kill you.
It's so funny because one of them's like, you don't follow orders, I pity you. And the voice actor sounds genuinely emotionally hurt. Like, don't pity me, I'm cool.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
God.
It's like, I thought we were friends, and Val's like, I have no friends.
You idiot.
Melodramatic.
I don't have friends.
The whole time just crying Wojak.
It's insane, KZ. This one mode in this one game has done so much damage to the image of fucking Vile in my head. He's never going back. He's never going to be cool again.
Oh no.
I can't think of anyone this lame in anything ever.
I wonder if he's written this way in Project Cross Zone, because he's in both of those as a mini boss.
Oh my god,
shows up all over.
That'd be hilarious.
I'm looking at the summary, and it says he is defeated after getting verbally beaten by X, Zero, and Yuri Lowell from Vesperia. This is a bullet point. His personality in the game is exactly like it is in Maverick Hunter X.
Oh,
that's fantastic. This
nailed it.
This character's been ruined. But
what a cool game. I love the voice acting in it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Flame Mammoth.
It's all Canadian, like,
it's Ocean
Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
so you just look at what else did they do? 85 Gundam characters from the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, so like X is played by Domon Kashu.
Every delivery is perfect to Max.
Oh yeah, no, he nails it. That dude's a fucking Chad. What talent. Ugh, wish we could get that again. It's a shame they never made an X2. It's a shame.
Yeah, no, I would love to have seen that.
Yeah.
We imagine Vile Mode 2.
They should just like HD remaster this and power it up and just release them as a pack.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. They could sell that for a decent amount of cash, and they would sell a ton of copies, I'm sure. I mean, honestly, Power It Up stands on its own as long as they get the level creator to share levels again. I'm sure people would love it.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
The guy who voices Flame Mammoth and Sigma has like 15 G Gundam minor roles.
Good.
He does, yes. It's very good.
By the way, even though you win the fight at the end against X and Zero, instead of you winning, they immediately wreck your shit.
Yes.
And then Sigma just comes up to your broken ass and he's just like, what was your plan? Were you going to kill me when you got to me? And Vile goes, I don't know.
What a loser.
Roll credits.
No, not a charge shot.
Yeah, no, that charge shot really surprised him. He didn't know X could do that, apparently.
No, Zero is weakly clinging to my foot. I'm paralyzed.
But yeah, that's what I played. Aside from that, been capturing footage for the Patreon bumper. Gonna go ahead and say the camera system, the photo mode in Death Stranding is really bad. Really bad. I did not realize when I set up that project, commissioned that song, and got Toast to draw some art, that it would be that bad. It's such a nightmare to work with. So, man, the fact that thing got made was a real grace of God. Anyway, that's all we've been playing. KZ, how's Final Fantasy 2?
No, not yet. Not yet. I played the Monster Hunter Rise demo. That's a video game I will talk about first.
Okay, sure. Yeah, how's Monster Hunter Rise demo?
All right, so this is modeled closer to Monster Hunter World, so you don't have to worry about the loading gates anymore, where they put 30 of those in the area, so you don't get like hit by a monster and it throws you into a loading screen. They have some new mechanics. They have this wire bug thing, where it's a little glow bug that lets you shoot like zip lines around and like swing a little bit. So you have these cool like Spider-Man like zip movements. These are pretty useful when you need to jump away from a monster that's about to kill you, or you want to like re-aim in the air. So that's pretty neat. You have a dog. You have like a big combat dog that you can just ride and drift. And if you drift with it for any amount of time, then stop, it then does a super boost, like you're playing Mario Kart.
Neat.
But yeah, I think that's dope.
Is it pro strats to snake with the dog?
It feels like it, actually, just based on the fact that you just immediately do it. Feels great because you have like a hotkeyed command of just the monster's leaving. Hit this button to automatically have the dog run to you so you can jump on it and then immediately start pursuing it. The controls for the demo, the default controls, are kind of bad. They move some things around that I don't think are ideal for like items and stuff. You can change them in the settings, so it's not a big deal, but it took some adjusting. Stuff like, also, you try to lock onto a monster in this, and in World, you just click in the right stick, and a little target appears on it, and it like recenters the camera, because there's not like a traditional, you're locked on, you're just always looking at it. Like Monster Hunter games don't have that. They changed it here, so every time you click in the lock on, it locks onto a new monster that you can see the icons of each one on the map by default. Oh. And I'm like, how do I recenter the camera? And they're like, we moved that to a separate button. So you click to lock on, and then from now on, just hit L, and then it'll recenter. I'm like, I didn't know I had to hit that. So for the first 2 hunts, I went, maybe it's not there. Maybe they just cut that feature for this game. Someone's just like, just hit that. I'm like, thank God. And probably my lowest point, they put all this wire bug stuff that's very useful on the left trigger. I use the insect glaive, and I've used that weapon for over 100 hours in their last game. All of its important stuff was on the left trigger, so they had to move it to the right, and that has ruined my life.
Oh, no.
So the entire time, I'm like, what the? No, this is... I don't like this. So I had to, like, beat the muscle memory out of me to go, like, because with that, you need to, like, shoot out a bug on different parts of a monster to get different types of buffs. And when you get all three, you get superpowered. It makes you immune to certain things. You do more damage. So I had to relearn that. But aside from that, it's fine. I was expecting the frame rate to dip a lot more. Didn't really. It felt like it kind of... If there were drops, they were probably, like, minor, like 2 to 3 in certain situations. But fighting, it felt fine. I was expecting it to look worse, but it looked okay. Looked fine. Monsters had some extravagant attacks, too, so I'm feeling pretty okay. So long as it doesn't have stuff like the Monster Hunter World had, where toward the end they had some really extravagant monsters with giant magic attacks that on base PS4 just made things shit. It's like, this ice dragon is summoning ice pillars and nuking the whole screen. Or when they did the Final Fantasy collaboration where you fight a behemoth, so at the end it just summons Meteor. Just so you can die at the same time. So if you're in a party, you will game over. Because Monster Hunter's rules are, if 3 people die, it's over. Like, you failed. But yeah, I think this is good. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna wait. I didn't do too much of it because I don't want to get used to grinding the monster when I have nothing to gain. I'll wait till the actual full version to get into that and make my character. But the new stuff seems neat. I'm looking forward to it.
There aren't any new weapons in this, are there?
No, but they gave like every weapon like new abilities and stuff. Apparently they made the hunting horn in that a lot better. To the point where people are like, it's like a whole new weapon now because there's so many buffs and different things you do with it. And the wire bug stuff really changes things up. And I actually didn't mention the new feature where you can mount monsters in previous games where you like damage them enough, you jump on them, you fuck with them a little bit. And then Monster Hunter World's expansion, Iceborne, made it so you can like shoot some stuff from your slingshot into them to push them to make them like crazy and like run toward a thing and crash into, say, a wall. They made it so you take the wire bug and you tether it from 3 or 4 different points, and now you're controlling the monster and you can beat up other monsters with the monster.
We finally got that God of War 2 technology.
Yeah, so they showed it even in a trailer right before the demo of just, you have control of this dragon now and you can hit buttons to just have it attack or have it crash into a wall or do like a super finisher, and it's based on like building meter, which I thought that was cool. But yeah, that's it. It seems fine. I don't feel as negative about it being a Switch game as I was going into it.
Well, it really helps when it doesn't run like Astral Chain.
Yes. Oh, this ran a lot better than Astral Chain.
Yeah, I kind of lost it. I was like, whoa, look at that. Locking that frame rate pretty good. Damn.
Yeah, the frame rate seemed locked to the point where I was like, I came out of this demo not begging for a Switch Pro. I'd still like one, but I'm not like, please. I'm just like, okay, I can. This doesn't make my eyes hurt like Xenoblade. So,
yeah,
that helped. I finished Final Fantasy 1.
Oh, that's cool.
There was only 10 minutes left of that game. Bob beat the final boss as everyone wanted.
Good. He's so strong.
The buffs are still broken, so at the end he was doing 2,700 per hit.
Nice.
Which is 2,400 more than Dan, the fighter.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's just
because
fucking
we
broken.
applied because there's no limit to attack buffs, so we used temper on him, I think 15 times.
Garland owned.
Yeah, that game has the worst ending title crawl of all time. It is 9 minutes long. Someone checked for me in stream. The credits were 7 minutes long.
What? How?
It's just really slow text telling you everything that happened in the game, and it reminded me of the end of the fucking what was that? Fucking Dark Kingdom Legends or whatever that PSP
Untold
one
Legends
you played.
Dark Kingdom.
Yeah, the fucking PSP one of that, where they just give you the longest fucking thing at the end.
Where the epilogue was a text prologue.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just had so little text appearing and it was so slow. We're just like, it's still going. Like, all right.
That had the excuse of being an early NES game, not a PSP game.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. So I jumped into Final Fantasy 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
A lot of people gave me warnings for some reason. I can't say, I couldn't imagine why at the time. I was very excited because, of course, I remember pre-release for Final Fantasy 15. They're like, yeah, we modeled our intro after Final Fantasy 2. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And now I see why. It's because in both of those, it starts with a fight that you don't necessarily win at the start. Okay. It's very good. Very cool. They put this out on PSP, which is what I played in like 2006. They did not change anything, seemingly, except for like one aspect of the leveling. I don't know what's going on. Like, you play that game and it's like, okay, it's like Skyrim. If you want to be good with the sword, you got to hit with the sword a lot. If you want to have high health, you have to take a lot of damage over and over again. Use the same spell over and over again to make it better.
Yeah. I make that just makes sense. That's how you get better at things.
Yeah, that's it's a little weird. You have a main party of 3, but you always get a 4th party member based on what's happening in the story. But they constantly leave, so you have no investment on wanting to build them up ever.
Yep.
Because they'll disappear or die.
Yeah, I'm not giving you any gear. You might die and lose my gear.
Yes. And that was a little annoying. I have a media thread now on Twitter where I'll post about my thoughts on things I finished this year to keep myself sane. And as I said on there, the worst dungeons I played in any RPG.
In 2 or 1?
Easily. In 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2 is really rough about that.
You would think it would be an upgrade going to the next one, but no, because a lot of people go, well, maybe the reason that they have so much bullshit in these dungeons is to ensure that you're continuing to battle so that the system of leveling things works better. Because I opened up a map on the side as we played, and I went, hey guys, we have yet another edition of, in front of us is 4 doors. 1 door will take you to progress. The other 3 will drop you into a square room. Every tile is a battle. Which will ensure that if you have to walk back, it will take you 5 battles to get out. Choose another door.
They should have just never remade this game.
No. This needs to be. This should be preserved.
Yeah, absolutely.
It should absolutely be preserved. As someone who finished it, gave it a 2. It should be preserved. There's so many of that. There's areas where it's like long dungeon room, where if you go to this side, it'll take you to another room that'll take you to another one that ends in a dead end with 1 chest.
So,
and I'm like, I'm glad I had the map for this.
When you did the review, your little tweet review of 1,
yeah,
and you gave it a 4 out of 10, I told Bob immediately. I was like, I'm really proud of KZ. You know, he left those 3 lower points for the Dragon Quest games. The original Japanese release of the Dragon Quest games. Hearing that you gave 2 a 2, I'm like, oh fucking god.
Dude, you don't. Everything in 2 is cooler than 1 to me, but it feels like I'm being poisoned by interacting with it. Just everything you run into, you don't know where you're going half the time, because it's like, you got to talk to that character. You got to use your word system where you hit learn on colored words, and then you ask using that word in your word bank, which is only used with the same 2 NPCs and then occasionally 1 other person in certain areas. So it feels like criminally underused, but still bad. The leveling system makes it so it's really unsatisfying. So I'm going to describe what happened on my stream, which one of my friends became that one guy, which is that one guy in your stream that gives you advice that's wrong.
You know what, KZ?
And I got the worst instance of it of all time.
You should have just not listened.
Here's what they're like. Yeah. They're like, don't worry, I played this game. We're going to get you set up so you can blaze through this super easy. You're going to go to this town. You're going to pick up the spell called Warp, because Warp has some uses. You can go back to previous floors just casting it. It's an instant kill on enemies with a chance of it. You're going to go in there. You're going to grab that. I'm like, this is 1,000 gil. That means it, and you want me to get 3 of these? That's going to take me 30 fucking battles to do it. But I'll do it. I'll do it for you. Picked it up, because magic here, you just buy it, then you use it as an item, and that person just has it forever. Then you're going to go all the way back to an old town that's occupied by the Empire. And every NPC is like the guard, and they are infinite battles where you talk to them, the battle happens, you finish it, and you can talk to them again, and then the battle happens again. And they're like, oh, it's a rebel. What I didn't learn, what I didn't know, was those enemies are like the type of enemy that would show up halfway into the game in terms of difficulty. So they will one-shot you.
Oh.
And since you have to level up the spell by using it a bunch, it has really low hit rate.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going through this failing over and over again, only getting able, maybe having 1 person cast the spell at a time, because when you start the battles, since they're so much stronger, you get ambushed more, even though you're the one that initiated the combat. So they'll open and kill someone immediately.
Oh.
And then before I have a turn, because they're higher leveled, their speed's higher. So they'll hit another one, and then they're dead too. And I'll revive one, but then they're immediately targeted, and they're dead too.
It's like you pulled a gun on someone from behind, and then a bullet shot out of the back of their coat.
Yes, that's pretty much what happens. And they're like, you need this to get the Toad spell. Because the Toad spell is an instant kill spell in this where they turn into a frog and they fucking waddle away. And it works on everything except for like the final boss and 1 slime type enemy. And I'm like, sure, let's do this. They didn't tell me the drop rate was 5%. Oh,
I assume that's not a real life 5%. That's a Pokemon 3rd gen 5%, where it's like, yeah, you can find a Wailord.
So we devoted, I think it was like 2.5 hours of the stream doing that section. Half the stream was losing it. They were going, I can't believe I've done this to you. Because I was like, you think I'm going to stop? Sunken cost fallacy kicked in, buddy. It's been 30 minutes. I guess we have to keep going until it happens.
Bob, I don't think any grinding we've ever done on a stream matches up to 2.5 hours looking for Toad.
Yeah, and then I finally got it after getting a different tome that apparently was rarer than that one or something, and people were losing it even harder. I finally get it. I use it, and it just starts missing, and I was like, oh god, every spell's like this. What have you done? I end the stream. They're talking, because this is a mutual friend. It's not like some random dipshit in chat. I wouldn't trust that. I put a bit more stock in people I talk to, and they're talking to someone about it. That person's like, you do know that teleport has a higher rate of accuracy than warp, right? Should have told him to get that. Oh. And then he's like, oh my god, did I tell him to get the wrong thing? And then fucking everyone's like, you're that guy. You told him to get the wrong thing. That other spell cost the exact same price and was right next to warp in the same shop.
No.
I can't. This is... No. But thanks to that, I did an hour more off screen of grinding, which was just fighting that same dude with warp. And my health was like 1,200 more than it should be at that point. And everyone had gotten so strong from fighting the same enemy type that I spent the entire playthrough beating every single boss in one turn.
There you go.
So I had the most, I had one of the most unsatisfying, like, it's like no part did I have to engage with the game on any real level, which I feel like made it even worse. So it's like navigate terrible dungeons and then have a boss fight, and the boss theme in Final Fantasy II is really bad. It's goofy as shit. And
I like the normal fight theme. The normal fight theme's pretty good. I think it's an improvement over the original.
Yeah, it's just the boss theme's like like a fucking ghost house. And I don't understand what the fuck's going on with that. But we finally saw the benefits of Toad, where if you max it out and get it to level 16, and then get to the snowmobile part of the game, where it's like you need a fucking snowcraft to get across the tundra, and then you hold the X button, and then you mash the circle button 23 times, you initiate a match game, where you gotta match the portraits of your party members and major characters. But if you have Toad at level 16, they don't tell you this, turns it into a frog version, where it's frog versions of all the characters.
Okay.
And if you do, and all the prizes for doing that fast without misses, the strongest weapon in the game, the strongest armor in the game. It's like all the Genji armor and the Masamune. And you can just save state and screenshot the solutions and just slowly pick up all of the good armor and all the good weapons.
Oh, it's not randomized? It's just...
It's a set pattern, so even if you wanted to spend the time, you can just write the solutions, and there's apparently only like 24 combinations, and they go in linear order.
Oof.
So regardless, save state or not, you can straight up get everything that you want. So I got everyone decked out in the best stuff. I got 2 of the ultimate weapon, because in this game, it's right and left hand equipped, so I dual wield. So I'm just using 2 of these in a row, and I floss the game even more. My highlight of the game is meeting the Emperor, which I'm like, oh yeah, the Dissidia guy. And you finally get your fight against him. And I casted Toad and it hit. And he just turned into a toad and flopped off in the first turn and then died, which makes it funny because it means the lore of that game is you defeat him by turning him into a frog. He falls to hell, defeats Satan, and takes over hell and comes back. Which I thought that was cool. That game's fucking so bad. I'm shocked. I was like, maybe people are exaggerating. No. And then apparently the NES version, if you level up your skills really good, other skills level down. They got rid of that.
Oh.
And I'm glad they did. People are like, do you want to do the post-game mode where 4 of your party members throughout the game died and then they come back as to do their own adventure, and it keeps all the stats you had them and their equips that they had when they died. So you're supposed to like if you know one of them's gonna die, you got to give that one Ultima. You got to give that one the good weapon. I'm like, no. Why would I want to?
Is Final Fantasy 2 the one where the programmer made Ultima bad and then
yes,
locked it behind 15 cyber locks so nobody could fix it?
Yeah, Dad was explaining that to me, and it was like, it makes sense because it's an old spell, and then, of course it wouldn't be as good as the more modern spells that would happen in the world. And I'm like, yeah, this is the same type of logic people do when Dark Souls things are bad, where they're like, let me just make up a reason, and then that'll make it good.
I think that's literally what the person who made it bad on purpose said, though.
Yeah, it is.
I think that's hilarious. They're just insane.
And I'm like, I hold them in the same esteem as a Dark Souls fan. I'm like, this is already a bad game, and you made a cool thing worse. Because you spend, 30% of that game trying to get that spell. Where it's in a main part of the plot is, you need to get the Ultima thing to stop the fucking Empire. You get it, and I used it. It did 40 damage. It scales based on averaging out your proficiency with every spell you have.
Oh, fuck off.
So I have one good, and I had 20 spells on one person. So one of them's good, the rest are at 1. So they're like, this is 40 damage. It's worthless.
It's real dumb.
I think the actual anecdote is extremely funny because it was Sakaguchi saying, the person told Sakaguchi, the struggle to acquire it only to realize it's useless mirrors real life, so he refuses to fix the bug. And Sakaguchi says, that's stupid, I'll fix it. But the programmer had hidden what he did, and he couldn't.
That's fucked up. He should have said, I'm punishing you because this game's bad, so I'm going to make it worse.
The funny thing here, KZ, is if I'm not mistaken, and I'll check myself real quick to be sure, I'm pretty sure the creative staff on this went off from the Final Fantasy mainline series to go make the Saga series. Maybe you should give those games a chance.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Doesn't it?
That makes so much sense.
Yes, literally I kept seeing people mention that over and over again. It's like, they did it. They did this thing too. And I'm like, this doesn't make me want to play those. I know they're fun, but it doesn't make me want to.
So hear me out, okay? Here's the thing you can do to upset literally every human. Play Final Fantasy Legends 3. Say it's great. And when people are like, oh, well, it's not a real Saga game because the main Saga crew went off and made this other thing. And then you're like, or it's not a real Final Fantasy because it's a Saga game. You go, oh, okay, well, it's the best Saga game. And then they're like, but it's not even made by the main crew. And you're like, it has Talon, the magical spaceship that can travel through time. It's clearly the best one. This is fucking hard. This is fucking
I feel like
fact.
It's specifically based upon your experience, because isn't that your favorite Final Fantasy?
I said that as a bit to piss off Final Fantasy and Saga fans in one tweet.
Oh, okay. I saw that there, and I'm like, but maybe this is just some genuine thing he has, and not something based on being fucked up and or evil.
That was bait. That game honestly is really fucking cool and neat in numerous ways, and in my opinion, the neatest Legends game on the Game Boy. But anyway, you should give those a chance at some point. Legends 3 made by the Mystic Quest crew, so clearly.
Don't worry, I eventually I'm gonna when am I gonna slip in Mystic Quest?
Yeah,
these where I can experience that, because people are like, anytime I mention it, there's at least one person who just sounds mad. I'm like, I'm gonna do Mystic Quest, and we might as well count Quest 64 as a Final Fantasy game. We'll get that in there too.
Let me tell you, the storytelling in Mystic Quest is a lot like drinking a 20-ounce Red Bull all in one go. Just
is that
one
why you
gulp.
like it?
It's your brain starts to boil. Because it's like, here's your origin story. Okay, everything's exploding. Move. Oh no, he died. Okay, move on now. It's like, it's been a minute, game.
Yeah, that's
1 minute.
Oh yeah, there was a good part of Final Fantasy 2 in which you reach a room and you have little animal sprites, and I clicked on them and it said, this is a giant beaver. And I'm like, what the fuck okay. And then I go up to the front one, and you have a character named Guy who's supposed to be the caveman type character who was raised by wolves, and he goes, Guy can speak beaver. And I blacked out because then he just started making weird like sound effect words. And then he's like, Beaver says go through wall. And then you go and the wall, you clip through it. And that's how you progress. And I'm like, this fucking motherfucking.
You know, I've never wanted anything more than for you to play Saga 1 now that I've heard you describe this experience playing Final Fantasy 2.
And fucking Die setting is absolutely right. Where that has the energy of fudging checks in a D&D game.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like you can tell the people who made that shit just, if I was a DM, this would be a funny thing.
It's like, oh, did you nat 20 that? All right, I'll just say there's a fucking trap wall. And you just use that, and
there you go.
It's there. But that's it. That's what I devoted my week to, was finishing and getting through all of Final Fantasy 2. I just dunked it in 3 sittings. That's dominated this week.
Cool. Sounds great. I'm looking forward to Mystic Quest.
So am I.
Mike co-host that one. I don't know.
It's such a shame that they didn't localize Final Fantasy 2 initially. I feel like, skipping straight to 4 was kind of lame.
That's okay, because they didn't skip out the good games. Like,
they skipped 6.
They didn't skip on the good games, like, Secret of Mana, which they called Final Fantasy, Saga games, which they called Final Fantasy. Oh, man. And then they skipped the mainline Saga games after 2.
Yeah, they had a real, random catch of things they brought over.
They basically... So here's the thing. This is the way I look at it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mystic Quest and Secret of Evermore are really weird American projects to get Americans in on RPGs, right? That's why those get the green light. That's why one of those gets brought over and the other one gets made at all. The Game Boy games just get a pass. They just get a free pass. They're like, okay, you can come over to America, but you got to get called Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's kind of like calling every puzzle game Tetris.
Yes. It's like calling every portable a Game Boy.
Well, I'm going to play on on your Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's like, Mom, this is a PlayStation.
Mom, this is an Xbox. You can see it looks like it's powered by Mountain Dew. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Looking forward to, after your Final Fantasy marathon and Kingdom Hearts marathon, your Saga marathon. Hey, Theo, what are you up to?
And then I go, I hate all of these, and then a small sect of people are just mad.
I just played more Dragon Age Origins.
Okay.
Sorry.
We got through the Fade on last week. This week I got through the Deep Roads, which is also one of the worst levels of 7th gen.
Oh, God. How does this
So you have 2 of the worst levels of 7th gen in one video game. Because the Deep Roads is when they're like, we don't have anything. We have literally nothing. Fight guys for 3 hours. Going down what amounts to a featureless stone tunnel.
Well, the combat system's really good, right? So it's fine.
No, although some people got mad at me because it's like, you're not engaging with the mechanics. You're making it look worse on purpose. And I'm like, it's bad. I'm getting through it as fast as possible. If that means
you're presenting it bad on purpose to fulfill your point.
God.
If that means I cast Virulent Walking Corpse Bomb on the guy in the center of the group and he explodes in a blood cloud and kills everyone, and I do that for every single fight, and it still takes too long, oh well.
Sometimes the stream audience has a weird way of coping.
I don't understand anyone who could defend that. It's just the system ported over from their PC game, Neverwinter Nights, which was bad at the time.
And it's worse.
This is identical.
It's worse.
Oh,
It's not identical. It's worse.
How is it worse? Oh my God.
It's worse because it's not based on like an actual tabletop system, because Neverwinter Nights is just D&D. So it's not based on something that has clear terminology you can easily understand.
Oh,
I don't know how fucking shit works in Dragon Age Origins. I can't tell you what a character's saving rolls is.
This is an important question to Bob, I guess.
Okay.
So this is another one of those cases where You mentioned a game, Neverwinter Nights, a game where I've only ever heard about it in a positive light. That game's actually bad, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that game is really bad.
Are you sure it was Neverwinter Nights or Neverwinter Nights 2? Because Neverwinter Nights 1 is like barely a video game.
Yeah, I remember getting it and being like, oh, it comes as a level creator. Oh, there aren't levels.
Yeah, Neverwinter Nights 1 like is not a game like Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter Nights 2. It's some weird, we barely made a video game thing. Obsidian made Neverwinter Nights 2, and it is, I've heard better, but I think real time with pause is the worst combat system in video game history, so I've never got very far in it.
And here's what Neverwinter Nights felt like to me. Now, I can't speak to my brother, whose game it actually was. I'm just speaking to my experience as someone who's excited and then booted it.
Yes.
Imagine if no toy set came out later for the Star Wars Christmas toy set. You just got the box. You just got the pre-order box. It was like I got a game-shaped box.
Yeah, I remember.
It's like there's a bunch of boxes filled with enemies that use the assets they made, but there's not like a story or anything remotely.
It's like I remember being hyped for it, and I picked it up, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is this?"
Oh my god!
I love finding games where I'm like, the only time I ever hear about this game that I don't know about is positive. Have I been tricked yet again?
Yeah, and then finding out the combat system was like, it was worse than I could imagine it was when I was a kid. Like, I play other turn-based games. I knew what those were like. This one is just click on the enemy, and then you two are going to roll dice at each other. Like, levels of, this isn't engaging at all. It's like auto combat. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, because keep in mind, it's like an even more rudimentary version of KOTOR. Like way, way, way more rudimentary.
Yeah.
Way. More.
I'm trying to think if there are skills.
Again, game-shaped box. I can't stress how I was like reading my brother's manual for the fucking game. I was like, oh, this sounds great. This sounds incredible.
Yeah, the ship was this giant manual.
Yeah, it's like strategy guide sized. It's huge, if I remember correctly. But it was a very nice thing, is the point. It sounded really great.
Yeah, they got all this terminology, all sorts of cool stuff in there.
Now, I have to tell Dan and Bob about, or maybe just Bob, because maybe Dan watched. I don't know if he watched or not.
I've been watching a little bit.
BioWare's attempt to write gray morality in Dragon Age Origins.
I'm sure it's great.
No, the last time gray morality came up was Dan's Last of Us joke, where it's like, the HBO show wants to make it morally gray, so Joel's a racist.
I forgot I said that!
I will never forget, because Phil was gone.
Here's how it goes. And I'm trying to think if they ever even attempted something at this cartoonish level again, but I don't think they ever did. This was their one attempt, and it was this pathetic. You go to Orzammar, the dwarven city. The overarching plot of Dragon Age Origins is the orcs are coming. They're like demon orcs, but they're fucking orcs.
Okay.
The orcs are coming. You have these treaties that say these 4 groups of people have to give you an soldiers so you can form an army to fight the orcs. So, and one of them is the dwarves. So you go to the dwarves, and the dwarves are like, our king died, and our government can't decide who the next king is, so we don't fucking have your army.
Okay.
Put one of these 2 dickheads on the throne if you want a fucking army. Here are your 2 choices. Oh, no. Haramont, who was the trusted advisor of the last king, and he's very polite and upspoken and treats you with respect, and respect is like, we got to get you these soldiers. It's really important. The other one is named Balin, and he's an asshole. And he probably poisoned his dad, who was the last king, and he murdered both his siblings, so only he could inherit the throne. Now, obviously, with just that information, you'd pick Haramont, right?
Right.
Because he's the personally likable one.
Mm-hmm.
Haramont is a racist who loves slavery, and Balin is a progressive.
Okay.
Stunned them into silence. Because the dwarves have
I put my head down, dude.
The dwarves have a caste system where if you're casteless, you can't hold a job or do anything. You just have to live in the dirt huts forever and starve. And Haruman's like, that's great. That keeps us strong. That's tradition. And Balin's like, that's fucking stupid.
Okay, so
why do we have that?
Did Balin like kill his siblings and his father because of the system? Basically,
no, he's just a power hungry asshole.
Oh my god. Okay,
but he also wants to be the guy that like pushes the society forward. And the funny part is because you can find this stuff out a little bit just doing like quests and talking to people, but most of it you don't get until the ending. Because it does like ending title cards. So it sucker punches you with it because I guess they thought that was funny or smart.
Yeah,
I'm going to pull up the title card and find out exactly what happens to each one because it's really funny.
Yeah, no, they definitely thought that was genius. I was like, oh, we betrayed what you thought of those characters. We got you. It's like, you just didn't give me any info. Why is this cool?
Okay. Here's Haruman. In Orzammar, Haruman found himself in a protracted battle against Balin's rebellion that left him unable to gain stability. Everybody hated him, and he made dwarves into an isolist society that never contacts the surface. After a law that says casteless people can't leave their house, a rebellion essentially burned the city. Here's Balin's. Balin quickly proved himself a reformer. He increased trade and started to phase out the caste system. For the first time in generations, the dwarves made headway into reclaiming their empire. Some people hated him and tried to kill him, so he basically became a tyrant, but a progressive one. Yeah, that's what they
really make this think.
It really makes you think.
Finally.
And this is so much more gray than here are the other moral choices in the game. Help a racist elf, help werewolves genocide the elves, or make them stop hating each other. That's one of your moral dilemmas. Another moral dilemma is kill all the mages in the mage tower because some of them are evil, or don't do that. The other one,
do this thing or don't. What is this, fucking Fallout 3?
This kid is possessed by a demon. Your options are kill him to get rid of the demon, kill his mom in a magic ritual to get rid of the demon, or go on a boat ride and get somebody who can actually fix the problem.
What?
Western RPGs are very good.
Fuck this game. I'm almost done. I only have just one more stream before I'm done with the main game. Then I'm excited because I get to do the content I never did before, which was the expansion pack.
Ooh. There was an exchange in my chat of someone saying, KZ, while you're deep in Final Fantasy 2, it could be worse. Feels playing Dragon Age Origins. Someone's like, I don't know, it feels like a real back and forth.
I know which one I'd rather play, KZ.
I don't!
Yeah, I don't know. That's a real fucking Sophie's Choice.
Yeah, I know. You can get really big and just like slam your head through Final Fantasy 2.
That's all I played.
A lot of moral grays between these two.
You can either play Dragon Age or not. The moral grays are intense.
By the way, I got the classic tweet. Someone replied to my Final Fantasy 2 review tweet with,
"No,
wow, is Casey just gonna straight up hate every classic Final Fantasy?"
Fuck off.
Well, we have to respect their side of the argument. Are you? Sounds like
if they continue to be like this, yes. Final Fantasy 6 is just like 2.
That would be insane. I can't even comprehend what that would be like.
I'm like, whatever. It automatically gets two points if I just level up and a number go up.
No, they obviously hit the perfect system in 2. We're never going back.
They're like, you did it. You leveled up your shield. Great. That helps me.
You know what else is great?
What?
The Pod Lord.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ! It's a Pod Lord.
Coming to you live.
I don't know what happened.
I think you tried to swallow a tube amp from the sounds of it. I don't know,
I
man.
taste metal.
Yes, that's right. The Podlords. Podlords such as Danny Richardson, E. Lee Broyles. Shit. You know, I thought turnaround time would exist. Apparently it didn't. They have instantly transformed. Terrible lizard mess.
Wow, it's even a picture of Dino Crisis.
Yeah,
Good.
look at him.
I could have made a billion guesses and never thought, yeah, the third birthday when
love
we'll
old
transform into
magazine
Dino
art.
Crisis. Old magazine art's good.
It is.
Isn't I'm sure that's like the Battle Chasers guy who drew that.
Oh my god.
God.
Because they did cover art for all these mags.
Corey Brown, Red Blaze 27. Anime is for jerks.
You know it is when you think about it. Also, this cover art for this magazine's real good. It lives in my head.
Yeah, no, I think of that thing once in a while. It's horrifying.
Yeah, it's so bad.
That's like, he looks like Turok.
Yeah, he does.
Yes. Onimusha kicks butt.
Suzushiro, Emperor Zero. Shibiagato is waiting patiently. For what, I hear you ask? Be patient. Smile.
Okay.
Ignacio Asasi and all the other brave men killed by their own ally Dan Video Games, who shot them with a tank cannon.
Oh,
Preston Powell.
I forgot about the name thing in that game.
Oh my god. The third birthday name generator is one of the best things in gaming history. Maddie Mo. Buying a house is really annoying, actually.
What? No way.
oh, damn.
I put Gary Busey in your brain.
Ugh.
Oh, that's great.
Ugh.
Great is a word. 101 Shades of Wonderful remastered. I think Casey's dead, Bob.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Okay, the blood's coming back.
WTF, Spider-Man. Mr. I Like Spam. W.
Okay.
I don't mind. I think it's funny, but I get to see the picture. Every friend group has the truck nut, the hot one, the guy who can talk to beavers, the badass.
Fuck that dude. The whole time, like, it should be Richard. Why is his name Rickard? Rickard, the last dragoon.
Isn't that a thing in fucking Dark Souls also, Prince Rickard?
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's an undead. That's the phantom that'll invade you in Dark Souls 1 and 3, I think.
This is the one dragoon, and he's the only dragoon. All of them died. The only reason you meet him is because he got eaten.
DFW 3K.
Oh my god!
Oh no.
Shit.
I thought it was a different image. The fucking combo's too powerful. Last minute edition.
No.
Dan, when the cursed Xbox reforms and reappears inside the house.
See, the problem is you're destroying it, so you can't make like the skit where you destroy it and then it just keeps getting back.
It's the Mo scene. I throw the Xbox out the front door. It's behind me.
This is rough.
After double crossing near half of Ferelden, my motives are cornplex. Santi Kunai, Kristen C. Tonberry shouts out to the other Tonberry on the Podlords. You make a good other.
Oh God, please not the flesh shade. I can handle anything else.
It's okay. Pretend they're almonds like I am.
Devil Summoner Raido Kuzunoha versus Digital Devil Saga Switch Edition.
Every week I'm like, is this the week where they mix it up, give us a sucker punch? No, never.
No. They're waiting for
How
that.
long has this been going?
They're boosting up the power of the next Nintendo Direct.
You know what? Yeah. If we get a full direct, I'll take it.
Poopy doopy, scoopy whoopy, Gary Busey as a blue rupee.
Why?
No, they're multiplying.
Ugh. We don't need this.
I don't have a funny third birthday reference, but Mukbang cursed me with the knowledge of annoying orange pinball, and I feel hate.
Ugh.
Terrible.
Yes.
Kyle Bjork. The eternal dream of Princess Daisy getting her own game. Yeah, not everyone's as lucky
Okay,
as
save
Peach.
you click video games. Okay.
This isn't fair. I thought Daisy was cool, and then until Save You Click Video Games, like, please let me eat the fucking socks. And I'm like, all right, let me distance myself a little bit.
We need to be able to change her outfits. If she doesn't have that, then why give her a video game?
Yeah, just like Lightning Returns, we get one of those for Daisy. We could.
They're on the fucking Nintendo forums like that guy who thinks every Overwatch character needs a shoeless emote.
Oh my God.
Yeah, fucking Tyrone. What a legend.
Lock the Chest asks you, what you buying, stranger?
What you buying?
Why?
I guess Skyrim.
Voltic EXE returns to Podlord status after Christmas shopping, and the PS5 didn't rob him.
Cool.
Anyway, someone asked for Buff Genki.
Ah!
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's basically what he looks like. That's why he always has the tight shirt. Or the loose shirt, rather than he's tight.
God, that's so scary.
Yup.
Are you
No neck.
Are you prepared for the death you've earned, little man? Devil Summoner Raido Kuzunoha versus Digital Devil Saga Stadia Edition. No, go back.
My god.
I like how low res it is.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It's really good.
Well, this is inaccurate. I was told that Stadia would be updated every 3 days to make it 10 times as powerful every single time.
Something tells me the person who told you that was really into tech companies and Dragon Ball fan fiction. Zilter. Buy Rockstar Energy for in-game items for Cyberpunk 2077 on Xbox. This is just an ad.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for the $50 CDPR.
Yes, this is the Sonic movie.
Is Olive Garden coming on this
You
list?
just end that last
When you're
plug
here,
with
your
when you're
family.
there, your family. Yeah, a Game Pass. hyphen Zasterder.
This is like K-Dash.
Yes. Nothing shall forestall his return.
Nothing. Did you forget me? Never.
No, never.
We will come by his hand.
Kurozora wants you to platinum 13 Sentinels too.
Oh man, a
Comes
sequel.
that.
Cool.
Blig de blue, schligdas boo.
I'm becoming more of a fan. This is the same effect as the Rido one.
Craig Goss. You know you're getting old when you don't have time for endgame content. I don't know. Sometimes I hit the end of a game and go, no. Just no.
It's like the people like, you want to do endgame content, Casey? No, I do not. It's Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah, when you
yeah.
said there was endgame content for Final Fantasy 2, I was reeling, actually.
There's a fucking post game with other characters you gotta grind all over again. No.
Ooh.
I put my hand on my bits, and I simp.
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
No.
Joseph, I require care.
What is that, Charizard?
I don't
fucking.
All right.
secret sauce on this one.
Yeah, I got nothing on this. I'm trying. No.
That backwards guy, Liag.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Thanks.
Sure is backwards.
Thanks for the money.
What is this, Adam Sandler?
Clothing is not true strength.
Ah! Oh my god. Look at his fucking legs.
You know, I'm surprised it took this far to Podlords Bob. Manfred Canna, bitch. That is a third birthday generated name.
Oh my god.
What a good name.
That's a pretty good name, actually. Yeah, look at that.
Why would they make that?
Excellent.
I don't know. Here I go. Shining finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a really good dub. Cooper Tank, who is still that monitor smugly smiling at me.
Great.
It's a really good image. This actually is the thing that gave me a seizure out of all these fucking podlords, okay? This is the
Okay.
thing earlier where Bob's like, what? And I'm like, I can't tell you. Because then you won't be
Hit
surprised.
me.
Panda Express's Chorks. Chopstick forks. Looks like Hades' beard.
I mean,
Oh my god,
Right.
it does.
Help.
Oh, that's too much.
you know, I still have one of those in my silverware drawers. It's like, I'm going to use this. I'm going to try it. And I'm like, no, I haven't.
I didn't know that. Huh. And Final Fucking Fantasy First Soldier leaked Sephiroth design. Thank you very much to our podlords.
Thank you, Podlord.
Yeah. Deling.
If you'd like to become a Podlord, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/GBpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get many benefits such as early access to Chugging, Bleach, and Mondo Cool, our 2 anime review podcasts, access to Cursed Content Club commentary tracks, where we suffer through horrible things, and Cursed Content by Committee, where you, the patrons, get to vote on what horrible thing that we have to watch and then produce a commentary track for, and Extended Armchair Dev Bitches, where you get to hear Aggro explain why he won again. That's patreon.com/GBpodcast.
Bob, I remember that meme going real differently not too long ago.
Yeah, my title is gone. Long gone.
So I heard we got some news.
Quite a bit.
Only a little bit. It's fine.
I am hearing conflicting sources, Mr. Feel. How do you feel on this bipartisan issue?
Let's see how fast I can kill these 4 bullet points. That'll determine.
Okay.
Razer is making a $100 gamer mask to protect your gamer lugs from human malware.
Yes. So
I will
did
become
I'm
they,
going
Bane.
to buy it and do the Bane voice.
yeah, did they actually say it's $100?
Oh no, I thought you said that and just assumed that was how much it would cost.
Oh no, I'm saying I'm lucky if it's 100 to 200 because chances are it's never shipping.
Yeah, I think if they had like announced this 6 months ago, I would say maybe it's shipping. I don't think it's shipping now.
So people need to
It
understand.
comes with like the like a giant case that's a perfect cube.
that sanitizes it.
Yeah, it bathes it in what kind of light?
UV.
UV
Okay,
light.
Yeah.
cool.
So people need to understand. Most of the time, I walk around in very plain clothes, like an old as denim jacket. Don't dress up all that much. Many times, don't even brush my hair. I don't want people to pay attention to me. I don't fucking. This thing's so unbelievably hilariously stupid. I'll buy it and wear it. I'll absolutely go around just being like, oh, I need to find the bread aisle. It's so unbelievably stupid. I cannot believe a company's selling it. It's like it's that
It's really dope.
RGB lights, voice amplification.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, this thing better have some yak back level of audio quality and be as loud as car speakers. Like, I need this thing to be maximum levels of unbelievably stupid. Cause I'll do it. I'll fucking buy it.
This is a neat thing. Hitman 1+2+3 is 50% of the size of Hitman 1+2.
This blew out my ass.
They
'cause I
shrank
had it
shit
on-
down a lot.
I had it on. I had Hitman 1 and 2 on PS4, and it was like, this is over 100 gigs, and they're like, all 3 of these are like 60 to 70.
Yeah.
It's insane.
They need this technology to fix Destiny 2.
Yes, they do.
So they can give you back the game that you paid money for?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd like to play that.
I would like to play Destiny 2, the game I paid money for. Yes.
Not be like, I'll buy an expansion, and then
You just imagine like a fourth of all Destiny 2 trailers show you content you can't play.
Yeah.
I feel like it's even more than that, but yeah.
Jesus.
All pre-release trailers,
just
and then the first year of trailers.
Yeah, I was thinking only of like a launch, the Red War stuff, but yeah, you're right. It's worse than that.
Jesus Christ.
That Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy, got delayed until 2022.
Whoa. That game we saw very little footage of. That they only announced very recently. In summer. That was supposed to ship this year somehow. That I didn't buy for a fucking second.
Well, they said that it had been in development a really long time before they even revealed it. So I was giving them I was giving them the benefit of the doubt, but it's like, oh yeah, 6 months before we know we need more than 6 months more. Like,
what a shock! Something happened last year. I'm sure things have to. Sure, things were going to move. It's
probably even worse for them because there was that little bit where it's like we're selling WB games. Oh wait, no, we're not. Where that probably knocked the wind out of them. It's like, what the fuck happens to us?
Imagine it's like, we're in a work from home situation. What do you mean we may not even be able to work on this at all? It's just over.
I'm here to inform you you're in a possibly just at home to be at home situation.
And they're like, okay, time to watch Seinfeld.
It's like the same thing, except you die of starvation on the street.
Ooh.
Ugh. And the funniest thing, in my opinion, Square Enix has trademarked several things. First of all, they trademarked the Shinra Electric Company logo. Whatever, no big deal. That's cross-branding and marketing and merchandising.
Yeah, obviously you're going to bring back that streaming service they were talking about under that.
Yeah, you're right.
But they also trademarked Ever Crisis, which is notable because Advent Children, Before Crisis, Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus. So it went AC, BC, CC, DC, and now we have EC.
So
and
proud.
They also trademarked The First Soldier. So nobody has any idea what these are because it's just trademarked. If they want to go insane again and be like, we're making Final Fantasy stuff constantly, I will be like, okay, that makes more sense than it did before, because I'm sure Final Fantasy VII Remake is expensive and you probably want to reuse those assets in place. And
thinking of that thing that CyberConnect 2 made that made Square go, they can make the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was fucking G-Bike, the mobile bike action game.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, that's what they worked on. They're like, okay, we'll bring you in. You'll be the developer on 7 Remake. And
then they looked at their work and like, maybe not.
Namor walks in and is like, why'd you hire a AA studio to work on our most important game of all time?
They're like, we're going to retell the story of Final Fantasy VII. We forgot to involve Genova.
I hope this isn't another compilation of Final Fantasy VII thing, because it's just like, oh my god, you're going to make this into constantly happening, aren't you?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll take it. I'll poke it down.
Yeah, that's absolutely going to happen.
The First Soldier will be a wonderful Sephiroth gacha game.
What are you talking about? That's going to be a tie-in anime.
That I would take that.
Make it a real anime, not that YouTube anime the Final Fantasy 15 got.
Ever Crisis just seems like, in my head, I just feel like they remake Crisis Core because one, they can never re-release Crisis Core in any form, considering Gact.
Why?
Because he says no.
Oh,
that's always been my understanding. That's always been what people say.
Yeah, it's one of those things where no one said it except people on the internet.
Well, it's like, here, Gact, we made an entire thing for you that none of which really sold poorly. It's stopped now. But considering things that happened at the end of Final Fantasy VII Remake, I would not be surprised if they just retell Crisis Core.
Maybe you don't need to do all the parts in Crisis Core, only if you really want to.
I mean, I would like Crisis Core is a painful video game to play.
No, I was just thinking about like some of the plot stuff in there.
Yeah,
it's really fucking funny.
You can cut out the Channel Awesome character that just looks like one of them wearing their
Hollander?
Yes, Hollander. I think we've literally gone through this exact thing where I'm like, he's a Channel Awesome character, and then I posted.
Yeah, we have. That was in a big thing. I remember editing in a picture of him.
Here he is again, in case Dan and Bob forgot.
Jesus Christ!
God damn it!
Major antagonist of Crisis Core.
Neck Beardman.
Oh yeah, they can cut him out and maybe some other things, but I think Zach is cool and would like them to make like a more action oriented spinoff. I think that would be neat. Of course, this is all predicated on it not being terrible, but even Crisis Core is fine, and I don't think it would be worse than Crisis Core.
Can it live up to a PSP game?
Yeah, it was before Tabata got progressively worse at making games.
So, really quick question. He made Crisis Core, right?
Yeah.
But he also made Third Birthday.
Yes.
So he made 2 games at the same time, but one of them's primarily developed by Hexadrive.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just...
Yeah, he did. I forget the order of it, but he did those 2, and he did Type 0 all on PSP. And also the Kingdom Hearts. He did Coded back when it was only a phone thing.
Man, that's fucked up that Type 0 is almost undoubtedly the worst of the 3.
Crisis Core can get painful.
Remember they gave that a secret ending for the re-release, implying that he was going to do another one where it's in the modern day for some reason.
Fucking kidding me?
They ended with like the main character that's in Type 0 shows up in like Japanese armor, and he's going to be in some metropolis, and it was going to be Final Fantasy Type Next.
Wow.
I had never like people talked up Type 0 so much, and then I played like 5 hours of that re-release until I got ill due to the motion blur and had to stop. But it's like,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
This is nothing. Like this is it. None. There's no characters because you made 40.
Yeah, it has that Sonic CD thing of no one played it, so everyone hyped it up like crazy. And
it does some stuff that's really hacky, even for him, even for his games, despite the fact they're all kind of very samey in what they try to do. Where it's like, this is emotional. But that one's like one of the lower ones. But also it's the game where you go through and say, imagine a game with 10 chapters. Your first time playing, they remove chapters 6, 8, and 9. You have to play them on a second playthrough, and then they'll show them to you. For no reason. There's no real logic to it.
That's
really rough.
You mean this person also made Final Fantasy 15? Gee.
Yeah, but they finished them first. He just did it to be weird. It's like it's rough.
If they had announced that second DLC season of Final Fantasy 15 before he got banished to the Phantom Zone would have been just slotted into the main story like it was always there, I've been like, yeah, of course, sure.
It was. Oh god, Crisis Core is all right. I'm like, I could fuck with that one a bit more than some of his other stuff.
I think it might be mechanically the worst one of those of the 4 PSP.
So moving on through your 4 quick bullets of news.
Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. We're done.
Yeah. Jedi Fallen Order.
Need to remind you of your sins.
Jedi Fallen Order is getting a next gen update to improve frame rates, resolution, post-processing resolution. Weird thing about it though, Series X gets 2 different modes. It gets performance and like normal mode. Normal mode's dynamic goes all the way up to native 4K frame rates, whatever it is. PS5 is just locked at 1200p and tries to hit 60 frames per second. It mostly does. There are some hitches. It's really weird that the Series console gets 2 modes, but the PS5 has the 1.
That is strange.
Also, the Series S still exists, I've been told.
I don't see any feature set for it, though.
I can actually tell you exactly what the resolution is because Digital Foundry's video just came out for it.
Good.
It isn't 1080p.
Yeah. I think they said like it's 60. That's all you get.
Yeah, it's going for 60 frames per second. It has more performance problems than the other 2 versions, and it hits 900p.
I wonder if this also improves load times.
Oh, no doubt.
I need to boot this thing up again.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see it. I want to see these marionette looking motherfucking animations run at 60.
Yeah, I was surprised to see the previous cap was 45. It's like,
yeah,
I've never seen something just lock at that.
What?
Yeah, it just couldn't push past that. It's like, this is it. This is me at my most powerful.
Hey, look, watch me hit 60.
Yeah, that's my PS4 trying to run Resident Evil 3.
Your PS4 trying to run fucking anything by the end of that gen.
True. So Nintendo started issuing copyright claims on YouTube videos that show off hacking the new Game & Watch thing, because I guess they want to be the absolute hugest pieces of shit you can be.
Yes.
It's unreal. The channel that uploaded this video about hacking the Game & Watch, which I didn't watch immediately, I put it on my backlog. I'm like, I'll watch that at some point. It's called Stack Smashing, and yeah, they did an interview with a website about it and talked about it, and it's just like, this fucking sucks. God, Nintendo just becoming the hugest pieces of shit they can be in this specific way sucks so bad.
Yeah, their legal department just needs to all get out of there. Like, there's clearly some insane stuff going on.
I'm shocked they're still not doing the YouTube shit where it's like, this is our game. We're going to set you on fire no matter what it is.
But you can beg to share a penny with us. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, the program.
Yeah, that was great. Man,
where it was insulting, but it made no sense to opt into it unless you universally did only Nintendo content.
I think it's funny that out of every company in the game industry, only the Nintendo brand ambassadors, formerly or currently, collectively all have PTSD. Like, they're the only ones who are just like, yeah, they ruined my life.
This was like a month ago, but somebody who was in the program was like, yeah, I was in the program, and then I said on something else that Nintendo uses cease and desists too much, and then they informed me I was kicked out of the ambassador program.
Yeah, that's all it took.
Wow.
That's all it takes.
I think there was some big YouTuber recently that was like, that, did really good with them. It was pretty big, made the videos, and then they dropped them and would not explain why. And seemingly, they're like, I don't know, I showed off Breath of the Wild mods people do on emulators, so I guess they just banned me out of the ambassador program because that video existed. He's like, that video didn't even do well. I don't know why they're so angry.
Yeah, no, it's unhinged. Like, that video wasn't like front page, hey, everybody, this is how you hack your Switch. Like, it was just for people who care about hacking small devices like that. It's so sad. It's so sad and stupid. Moving on.
It's just like Nintendo needs to just... I want Nintendo to acknowledge the internet exists when it doesn't seem like they're doing so through clenched teeth and tears.
I want them to stop acting like every other shitty corporation with too much control who's gone insane. Like, it just sucks so much to see someone who's like, yeah, Nintendo, it's like supposed to be this source of joy, real fun entertainment company aimed at families, ruins your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep in mind, I'm still like, I'm not even someone who's like, they should feel bad because they took down a YouTube channel that just mass uploaded the soundtracks from all of their games ever. I'm not even that guy, where I'm just sort of like, I can sort of get that. This is just flagrant abuse of power, for sure. We had a bit of a twist, though, on a related sort of topic from another company. Capcom actually, for once, asked a fan to stop a fan project.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's really bizarre for them. They don't normally do this.
Yeah.
What they did it on is more insane than the fact they did it, possibly. This person was remaking a Japan-exclusive mobile game, Phantom of Network, which is a part of the Mega Man Battle Network series, and that's it. This thing no one's heard of, that no one has any way of playing anymore. They were remaking that, and Capcom's like, yeah, you're gonna need to stop that. It's like, you got plans?
Yeah. Capcom usually doesn't do this. I was reminded of the last time they did this, where they asked someone. They asked a group, stop, I'm going to have you stop this Resident Evil 2 fan remake. And then they flew that entire team out to Japan and showed them a build of RE7 and RE2 before it was shown to the public ever. So I'm like, maybe they're going to do like a collection of Battle Network stuff, and they don't want anything related to Battle Network at all to pop up that isn't the thing that they want to do, because they have an anniversary this year. I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's an overreach when it's mobile game no one will play, but maybe they're like, no, we want to control the message of our game series.
Yeah,
we do not want it related to anything at all.
There's no way. There's no way they're remaking this fucking mobile game. Jesus
Yeah, of
Christ.
course
Just
not.
let some fucking people remake it. Fuck you. Come on.
Yeah, they're going to give you a collection of all the Battle Network games split across 3 games.
I like seeing the I don't know who posted this. So I just saw it somewhere of like Mega Man Zero and Battle Network Mega Man working together to further confuse the Mega Man branding and make sure nothing sells.
You said that, Casey, about across 3 games. No, see, it's really good. They're going to put every game on one disc. The problem is not every version. So there's the Battle Network disc that comes with red versions.
I was you know what? That would be funny.
That would
be funny. A sane thing would be one game where you toggle them the same way they let you toggle languages.
Mm-hmm.
Where they just boot up the Japanese ROM.
But nope.
It'll be funny to see what they potentially do.
Because someone will buy both.
They'll say that they're going to combine all the features into one version and then just not do that. Like Grandia.
No.
God.
Oh yeah, I guess we need to bring
How
this
do you
up
pick
here.
the worst version of this?
That Grandia English translation patch for the Saturn actually came out, so we need to try that, Bob.
Yes, definitely. I'm very excited. Grandia was one of my favorite PS1 games.
Make sure to boot it up on emulator and set it to Super Eagle. Get the authentic remastered experience of Grandia.
Yeah, get that next gen experience. Yeah, that's all my news. Hey, Bob, what's up with your news?
Yeah, let's see. Record of Lodos War, the game. Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinths. That thing's getting a big update this month actually. 2 new levels, so that's stage 3 and 4. So it's be a large chunk of content.
Right. This is that early access Lodos War game from the people who make that Toho game recently, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Luna Knights.
Yeah, Luna Knights and Pharaoh Rebirth as well, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. So that's cool. They skipped out on an update a few months ago, so this is kind of like cramming them all together.
Oh, cool.
We're still not done yet, so I'm probably not going to go back until we're fully done, but it's neat to see progress.
Okay.
They're actually adding in Parn, who is the main character of the real Lodos War series and the love interest for Deedlit.
Have you finished watching that yet?
I watched all of the OVA.
Okay. How was it?
It's a little rough.
Okay.
Yeah, it has some cool art for sure.
Okay.
Story,
I do like art.
Not great. Movement, not great.
Actually, Casey, I'm not a fan of art.
Oh.
Yeah. Too high concept.
That explains some of your taste, yeah.
I wrote in here that Parn is basically
Don't ask me to explain that.
Parn is the 90s anime version of a Kirito, where his character's
based.
basically non-existent.
Oh, that's based.
D-Lit falls in love with him because D-Lit's written like a anime heroine from a harem anime.
Oh,
You're really selling me on this.
Yeah, it's really rough.
So don't watch the anime, maybe play the game.
The game was really fun, so yeah, I definitely do that. Maybe watch the anime on mute and fast forward.
What? Look at these gifs.
You're gonna need to turn to fast forward to get movement.
Oh no,
Agro's gonna yell at me so much. He still loves this show. I don't see the appeal other than, oh man, some of these character designs and art's really nice.
Look, Agro's just evolved beyond the illusion of movement.
What's our big epic dragon fight? I don't know, shake the picture of the dragon. Yeah, sure. That's good.
That's some Star Ocean EX shit.
Yes.
Except for it looks good.
Yeah, they drew a really nice dragon. They took that instead of like 30-second timer on drawing that dragon.
Instead of a Bob draws your dragon.
Aggro, please tweet to let us know you're alive and planning your attack.
Yes.
Well, that's all good news about the game and nothing else, Bob.
Right. Let's see. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 is adding Sonic the Hedgehog.
I think you actually missed this last part of that news. I don't think you ever got to that.
I decided it comes out this month. It comes out the 19th.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty fucking soon.
Yeah, I think that's the day this podcast goes up or something.
Oh shit! I think
No, it'll come out on the day after.
Okay.
Close
okay.
though.
Cool.
But
yeah,
I
that's-
look forward to playing that game when it's complete, just like what I did with Luna Nights.
Yeah, that's definitely a preferable experience. After doing that with Luna Nights, of not doing that and playing it things as they came out, I definitely just want to go through it all at once and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's why I'm delaying it, because I'm like, I can't.
Right?
I bought it already. I'm just not going to play it until it's out.
But yeah, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 is Sonic the Hedgehog, the amazing character.
So when Cybershell does his next top 10 Sonics, he can include the one from Puyo Puyo Tetris 2.
Hopefully.
That's good. That's important.
And there's other characters and modes being added, but who cares? We're getting Sonic the Hedgehog.
That motherfucker was streaming himself talking to every NPC in Sonic Adventure 1 in between every single level. It was fucking hilarious.
It's good stuff. Thank you, Cybershell.
these important NPC plot lines in Sonic Adventure 1 are weirdly thought out to the point that makes you go, man, they had no scope control, did they?
And then my last piece of news, the big trailer that was typed out last week for KOF 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we predicted that this would be the real reveal.
Yeah, this is a Arxis style trailer for the new for the character Shuen. He's not even new; he's from the last game.
Oh.
We see like almost nothing, basically as close to nothing as they were willing to show us.
It was 25 seconds,
and then they're like,
Now
hey,
it was so bad.
hey, come back next week for more info. It's like, I don't even want to anymore. Please stop.
I honestly think that was worse than a Arc System Works trailer.
Yeah.
Because with those, it's 25 seconds, but it's like 4 or 5 different moments. This was 25 seconds, and it's 12 moments. Like, they cut on Hit Spark
Yeah, it's a mess.
over and over. It was
What?
so rough.
Why are they doing this?
Dude,
Like, and I don't mean just SNK.
that-
I mean every fighting game developer, or at least those two.
I feel like it's
Why
really
is this a
those two.
trend?
I don't know, man. This is crazy.
I don't know. Grand Blue and Mortal Kombat helped me live.
A fighting game trailer should bare minimum tell me sort of how the character plays, so I can get excited.
Yeah, Tekken and Street Fighter are also still doing pretty decent with their trailers. This is these are the only two that are like, what are you doing?
No matter what you think about Street Fighter V, every character trailer is like, here's all their shit.
Also, it's just a good trailer. It's like giving you an idea of the style. Feels like they put work into it.
Maybe they have a vocal song that they never released in any form anywhere. It makes me upset.
I am the world's president.
Fucking come on, Capcom. Just put the fucking single on Spotify or something. You had it made.
But yeah, I guess this is going to be the first in a series of character spotlight trailers that I can't possibly care about.
Great.
Not if they're
fucked
like
up. Doesn't
this.
King of Fighters have like 80 characters a game or some shit?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of them.
We're doomed.
It'd make sense if they were like, here's this team. Each person gets like 40 seconds and you sort of know how they play. Like if it was 3 Arxis trailers in one trailer, that'd be more acceptable.
Yeah.
Arxis is just a fucking bad influence. People are being confused and thinking this is okay.
Yeah, I tend to want to see the game in a trailer.
What a thought.
That's it. That was the full statement.
In any other sane world, I would tell you, Casey, that's a stupid thing to say. Why would you say that? But clearly, it needs saying.
Can't win.
Casey,
Yeah.
the floor is open to you. Blow us
All
away
right,
with news.
Let's start blowing through these. Riders Republic has been delayed.
I forgot
This
it
was that.
existed.
That was the Extreme Sports Ubisoft game they showed.
Yeah,
I feel like we didn't see a second of real gameplay for that, so I'm not surprised at all.
I feel
I
like
thought we did. It was like a mix.
Yeah, it was a mix. It was definitely a mix.
It was like, here's this stuff that looks like gameplay, but mine probably isn't.
It was real enough for me to say, like, is this steep?
Yeah.
That was great because we only talked about it with you maybe like much later, or like you had forgotten again because it's like, what fucking no one's gonna. This is a void of a game.
Mhm.
Really bad name. That's for sure.
It was supposed to come out within a month. They've delayed to ? So look out for that one. This next piece of news. I'm so tired of them doing this. Resident Evil Village is going to do a showcase direct style thing. the exact time we start podcasts. So that would be next Thursday at 4 o'clock.
Are you fucking serious?
They are run by bastards. People have noticed through the small snippets, because they're going to show a new trailer and then some walkthroughs of the gameplay. They have like vampire women in that.
Yeah,
and the main one in that. Yeah, she's like 8 feet tall.
I've seen a lot of people. Because
they looked at the perspective and her having to crouch really low to get through doors.
Yeah, a lot of people want to fuck her because, of course, it's the internet. They saw she was 8 feet tall and went.
I want her to be the Mr. X, so you just hear the heels clacking.
No, people don't need to be that horny. No.
I just think it'd be funny. It's like, oh no, it's just vampire woman just bolting toward you like the Linkara run.
That could be pretty good, honestly. That would be really interesting. I'm excited to see the gameplay for this. Like I said before, I want to believe this isn't going to be like 7. This is going to be something really different.
Yeah, at least, like a step up from it, at least.
Look forward to Ethan using his werewolf arm to fight her.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We got Pokemon starting their anniversary stuff. First up, they showed off a new trailer for Pokemon Snap. New Pokemon Snap. It's coming out April 30th.
Why can't they just call it Pokemon Snap 2? Do they think that's going to scare people?
I don't know. This looked cool. They confirmed it was going to be like over 200 different Pokemon that you can take pictures of. Which
damn.
Jeez.
4 or 5 times more than the original.
You're damn right.
It will be longer than 3 hours.
It also, seeing the trailer for this, I was like, wait, Pokemon can look like a current gen game at all?
Yeah, that's what happens when you farm it outside of Nintendo, I guess.
Yeah.
That honestly, the modeling and art in it does look really great in a way.
Yeah, it looks really great.
I never would have expected.
Yeah, your trainer looks good. First time ever in 3D.
And then of course you get to pick boy or girl. Both designs are good. People are like, the professor looks close enough where it's like, I hope it's a grown-up version of Snap, like the original dude. Because they have like a similar hair color. People are like, just do that. That'd be funny. I hope there's a lot of secret Pokemon in that, where you like throw something awkward and do a weird like Rube Goldberg setup to make a Pokemon appear. So I love that stuff in the
I like that a lot. I really hope that's back.
Weirdly enough, and this is the only place I'm going to get to talk about this, so I'll do so real quick. God, their name really sucks. The Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences, that podcast that does really good interviews with actual game devs. They interviewed the people behind Bugsnax, and they were like, yeah, we were doing a game jam. We had 3 different games done. One of them was Pokemon Snap, and we sat there and we were like, there's not much to this game. We're not sure people want to play that in 2020. I was like, oh, is that what you... Okay. Now I need to see when the new one comes out if their fear about that is correct. He's like, it's not the same.
I've been wanting a new one forever.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have. I mean, he may be right that it's not like, obviously they couldn't use Pokemon. So
yes,
right. So in their case, you would be taking a picture of a chili dog that has fire Doritos for wings.
The Pokemon part of Pokemon Snap is a critical aspect here. I want to take a picture of a Pikachu eating shit by car.
Yes,
it's like, and his teeth are flying out, and then I get the bonus points. That's what I need. But yeah, real missed opportunity not doing it on the fucking Wii U, where you could have just like done gimmicks with that. It felt like that was perfect for it.
Look, Casey, if they did that, it would be in Wii U purgatory for eternity.
That's true.
No, it would have been ported, and they would have brought it over to the Switch for $10 extra.
No, see, here's what would have happened. They would have used the tablet at all, just like Star Fox Zero, and then Bob's right. It would have been stuck in Wii U purgatory.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man, this would require a slight amount of adjustment. No, never.
No, sometimes they do it. Fucking Tokyo Mirage Sessions did it.
Hey, man.
That wasn't made by Nintendo.
Hey, you gotta stop doing that. Stop doing that.
There's this is Bandai Namco or some shit.
Hey, man, you gotta stop doing that. Doing what? Porting these games. You know how mad that makes me, Moto. He's coming around. Hide it. Hide your port.
It's like, no, we're safe. He's distracted by the fucking theme park.
it's fine. So he saw someone trying to write something for the theme park and just started hitting them. He saw them writing words and he just
They were writing a sign,
beating his ass.
They're like, restroom, and he just got a club.
It's like, sir, you beat him half to death. You know, he's fucking writing the story. It's like he was writing the menu. You're in our restaurant.
Of the food. Just put pictures of the food and a picture of how much money it costs.
I like this fusion of Miyamoto with Miyamoto tendencies and shitty dad energy.
Do not put the allergens on there. They don't need to know that.
This is confusing stuff. Stop it with the flowery language. Show me a picture of the food.
No teachable moments. You will learn nothing.
Mr. Miyamoto, we wrote the safety guide for riding the roller coaster. And he just throws an empty whiskey bottle at them.
I just took a drink. Jesus fuck.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move us around here.
Okay.
On some of these. I don't want to close on this one, so we're going from the bottom.
Sure.
Lords of the Fallen 2 logo revealed. A game I didn't think would exist. Lost my mind upon learning they announced this years ago. Was originally going to be a AA game, but now the scope has grown immensely.
Oh, God, that means it's going to cost too much, come out, fail, and kill the company.
It's not even being made by the same development team that made the original Deck 13, who did the Surge 1 and 2. So who knows about the quality at all?
Is it not?
I saw a bunch of people saying Deck 13 is not making Lords of the Fallen 2.
Weird. That's whatever. I
noticed this publisher is the same one that did Sniper Ghost Warrior, and they're like, yeah, this will make this will be the pillar alongside Sniper Ghost Warrior, the absolute goat. Which, if you guys haven't played that, it's one of the most low rent sniping / first person shooter games you can imagine. But they keep making them.
Yeah, I can't believe they're like, we're gonna make it more of a Souls-like, and I'm like, wasn't the original like a lot more like that? I didn't play it. I just heard everyone say what it was.
I played like 2 hours of Lords of the Fallen. It's more Souls-like in the sense that it's like medieval, but you have like a demon cannon arm, and there's like complicated systems around the checkpoints, and you move so much more slowly than any Souls game, and it's so much more stiffer than any Souls game.
Yeah, that's great. This developer, they don't even have a Wikipedia page. I couldn't find out anything they made aside from the thing Bob listed.
I'm sure them making a AAA game will work out good.
Yeah, let's talk about other big games. Sony gave us some dates from like a video at CES. Listed the following things. We had Kenna Bridge of Spirits targeting March of this year. Little Devil Inside for July of this year. Ghostwire Tokyo is just a vague 2021
year.
Yes. Project Athia was listed January of next year.
That's better than I expected.
Yeah,
it doesn't get delayed till 2024.
And Pragmata slipped on its ass and just jumped another year to 2023. And this thing's written here. Ratchet and Clank launch window of March 2024.
Is that a launch window for the next Ratchet and Clank?
I just thought it was funny because, like, in theory, Ratchet and Clank should be the one coming out soonest of all these, but it's just 2021.
No, I wholeheartedly believed. I mean, technically, this isn't listed in this list, but it was in that show. I'm pretty sure. Returnal would absolutely be the first shipped. I'm just hoping it's because it's done and not because Sony wants a little bonus before they have to do their quarterlies.
At least they made a trailer for it.
So yeah, one, I guess we didn't bring this up anywhere.
We did forget about that. Yeah.
Returnal put out some pretty fucking cool trailers that emphasize a little bit of the roguelike nature of it, but more importantly, show off weapons and talk about cool shit in that game.
Yes.
That game looks really fucking good.
Cool guns. You get a little parasite bug that'll like make you stronger, but also weaker.
Yeah, that is so roguelike.
Give you defects where it's like you use this anytime you use a key to open a chest or a door. Now it hurts you.
Yeah.
It's got really fucked up weird guns, and I really like that.
I'm not ready for a roguelike to look that good in fidelity that isn't going for like a more reserved art style.
Yeah, no, this is probably the only AAA roguelike since the PS1?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah, it's kind of insane.
Yeah, but I am hoping that it's coming out because it's done and not because quarterlies and it's like, it's a roguelike. You don't have to finish it yet.
Could you imagine? Oh, no.
That's the first thing I thought of when you mentioned it not being done. Where I'm like, oh yeah, we'll just add more levels, weapons, and content later. And then people be like, cool, more stuff.
Yeah, that could be what they're thinking. Either way, I mostly I really like Housemarque. I think it's great when Sony supported them wholeheartedly. I feel like maybe they didn't with Nex Machina, which most people don't even realize Sony had a financial thing in.
Yeah, certainly didn't feel like
you literally have to watch the documentary to find out.
I only knew about that because I followed enough people that's exclusively like PlayStation stuff, so they would talk about it.
See, I know a lot of a lot of PlayStation people know about Housemarque because of Super Stardust, Dead Nation, Alienation, Resogun, etc. I didn't know that Sony funded any aspect of Nex Machina until I finished watching that documentary in the last week. And man, that documentary is rough. It's them making Nex Machina and literally running out of money, so they had to fire the community manager who's like, "No, I understand." And in the documentary, he's getting interviewed and he just goes, "Yeah, no, they got to keep paying people who can make the game, and I can't make the game, so I understand. Maybe they'll hire me again in the future." And I'm like, "No." Yeah, so I sincerely hope this game is fully baked when it comes out of the oven because I love Housemarque. This thing looks cool as shit. And
yes.
And like, I feel like we've never even seen a third-person shooter that was a roguelike, let alone one that's an insane bullet hell.
Yeah, I think everything about that just looks really neat.
Did we get any other unhinged game trailer?
Yes, we got an absolutely unhinged one. I've never come out of a Mario trailer going, this is raw, but I did from this gameplay trailer of Bowser's Fury, which is the pack-in thing with Super Mario 3D World coming to the Switch, where they've revealed this to be a shonen battle anime toward the end, where it's this, you're in like this open, more traditional 3D Mario thing, where it's still like the same like controls for 3D World, but it's in a more 3D Mario perspective, like Sunshine or 64 or something.
Yeah, then they add like cat shines or something.
Yeah, from their like deep dive trailer they did on both games afterward, it's like you pick up cat shines to progress and go through the area, and then there's like a dark Fury Bowser that gets angry, and eventually after a certain amount of time passes will come out and then just start chasing you and trying to kill you, and you have to hide, and eventually you have to awaken a giant bell to become a giant like lion Mario and beat him up.
So I'm actually watching this trailer for the first time. I didn't check it out when it first came out. Holy shit, they just strapped a better Mario game onto this Mario game.
Yeah, it's kind of upsetting hearing that this is going to be more like a traditional Mario game, and then it's like, I have to buy this game I hate to get that.
I'm sorry, but you have to pay the tax of a Mario game for people with good taste.
I don't even...
This other one doesn't even have 4-player. It's 2-player, and one plays as Bowser Jr.
Oh, is that what Bowser's doing over there? I'm like, why is Bowser Jr. just flying near Mario? Oh my god.
Yeah. If you get another Joy-Con, as they described it, he can like attack other dudes and
that's do insane.
That. People started malding because they call it like the Cat Island Kingdom or something. People like, was this Odyssey DLC that they just stopped and threw it onto a port?
I mean,
but also it kind of just looks. But it also looks like it plays exactly like 3D World, but in that different perspective. So I'm just like,
Yeah. I would like parse that as more like they were just in that kind of mode.
I don't know. This seems
actually
really believable as like originally DLC.
As someone who's just looking at this for the first time, I would say like many things about how it looks like it feels, like jump height and other things, does line up with Odyssey.
A lot of assets and animations are reused, like the exact same "you got a moon" thing when you pick up the cat shine.
That's kind of neat. I mean,
Bowser.
I was gonna pick this
up. They
anyways,
finally made Bowser fearsome the same way he is in Yoshi's Island.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's really.
It's been a long time coming. What 96? We've been
where somehow Super Baby Bowser is the most scary Bowser in the entire series.
Could you imagine? It's just shredding metal when you fight Bowser.
The track they use in this is so nuts.
I actually have it muted. That's why I don't know.
They start playing some like death metal-esque track when he is released.
So this is really funny considering this is going Battle Shonen and Odyssey was clearly JoJo's.
Yes.
Yes.
So this seems like a logical evolution. Yeah,
Bowser Jr.'s like, help me, my dad's gone too far this time.
Father, you're going to destroy the whole planet.
Because all the key art is just him looking upset and then looking at Super Devil Bowser.
That's one interpretation. There's other more vile ones.
Okay, go ahead.
No.
Mario, stop talking to my son on Discord.
No. This is why I said no.
When Mario even turns into a cat boy. See, it all makes sense.
Hey, Casey, you got any other news?
All right, this is a big clump. This started earlier in the week when there was the announcement of new branding Lucasfilm Games, where they're like, all the Star Wars games will be branded under this, and I went, oh my god, are we finally fucking free of the EA exclusivity where they're the only one making games? And then it was announced after that, a little bit later, because the Indiana Jones thing was before that, but whatever. Ubisoft, Massive Entertainment that did the Division games, is making a Star Wars game, which means, yeah, exclusivity is dead now. They're going to let other studios make Star Wars games.
That's good. EA is really bad.
And most importantly, they're stopping Ubisoft from making Division games, which is another plus.
Yes, thank you. Just make another fucking RPG, please. I don't care who you let make it. All I want to do is I want another RPG where I can mind trick somebody into throwing themselves down an elevator shaft like you can in Knights of the Old Republic 2. The game can be garbage other than that.
So Field, this is a Ubisoft venture.
Yeah.
How are they going to make it secretly bigoted?
It won't be secret.
Yeah, first of all, it won't be
Their
secret.
attempt is to make it secret.
I loved seeing Agro's tweet about this of like the cutting the smallest slice of bread imaginable. It's like paper thin. It's like them veiling their weird message or political message.
Okay. For some reason, 90% of the game will be about killing Tusken Raiders.
Oh.
You'll fight them on other planets. There will be a story about how they're trying to take over other planets.
This is really bad.
An NPC will say something like they won't even try to learn the language.
I'm gonna put out a little rule. Okay, it's think of it as a fun game we can all play for the rest of this podcast. Don't ask Field to say things.
I had a feeling it would be that.
This is
okay. This is an exciting announcement, because then EA had to make a tweet where they're like, "We love Star Wars. We're working on some Star Wars games right now.
We're not
still
owned.
have a happy relationship through clenched teeth and tears."
Yeah, God.
They're letting us make Fallen Order 2 because that sold really well, but everything else got taken.
Somebody's just like, EA, you lost the Star Wars exclusivity. That's sad. And he's like, don't pity me. I'm cool.
Imagine if they make a Star Wars branded Call of Duty. Oh no! Now I'm just imagining Adler as a Jedi Master.
Yeah!
Finally, you have a good idea. That some people like, they can't take it away from them though. Fucking the deal isn't up till 2023. I'm like, they have nothing to show for this game.
Yeah. Also, Disney can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, they can do it.
Let me be clear. Do you think Disney, of all people, Disney wrote a contract that they signed with someone else that was a binding agreement that they had no way getting out of, regardless of sales and quality of content? Is that what you think? You fucking infant?
Pray we don't alter the deal further.
Yeah, the fucking Disney.
That and they'll just remember fucking Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
We got one more thing related to Lucasfilm games, where Machine Games and Bethesda are making an Indiana Jones game. This is an original story with Todd Howard as executive producer. You can tell Microsoft is buying Bethesda, as they immediately followed up this reveal in the same post saying they will not be showing anything for a while.
I wonder how long a while is, because this must have been in development a little bit, because Machine Games hasn't made like a full retail title in over 3 years.
I'm worried they canceled the real Wolfenstein game.
Yeah, that's a legitimate concern.
Wasn't
at
their
this
last
point.
thing
It was
fucking the bad
New Blood?
Wolfenstein thing?
Yeah, it was New Blood, and that was
Youngblood.
$30.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Youngblood.
Yeah.
Yeah, young Blood, where you play as the twins, and I've seen cutscenes
Like,
of that, and it sounds
It would be pretty
written by Reddit.
It'd be pretty stupid. I was trying to think of a more colorful way to say it, but stupid if they canceled a real Wolfenstein game because that thing did badly.
Well, that thing and then a VR game, which, you can't really expect to do well.
It wasn't even on consoles. I think it was a PC only VR game, so they really couldn't have expected anything out of that.
Yeah, I feel like they cancel something that's because more what they view as bigger money makers coming in, like
Oh
something
god,
like
like
this.
I hope it works out and isn't like Avengers.
Yeah, because that happened, where they're like, hey, put every Western studio Square Enix has on this one game.
I don't know if Indiana Jones is a good suit for them, just because they always do first-person shooters, and I don't think Indiana Jones really is appealing as a
the
first-person
only
shooter.
thing I got from it was people going, it works because you beat Nazis in their games.
Yeah,
That's the
okay,
only level it works on.
There we go. Now
Yeah,
it's
it's like
clicking.
the only level that seems like it makes sense in any way. Phil, I assume, is the one that wrote saying this will be Microsoft's Spider-Man.
yes, because I just imagined in my head some game journalist just making up that this would be Microsoft exclusive and being like, this is their equivalent to Spider-Man. Disney's
And
gonna make
it was black and
Disney's
like,
gonna
wouldn't
make
it
it
be
exclusive.
Uncharted? That's Indiana Jones.
Disney's gonna make it exclusive because they have to be fair.
So we haven't watched Next Gen Console Watch in a while. We should check. Maybe they're gonna. Maybe they're
Are
gonna.
they even
say that.
still doing it into 2020? I thought they were only doing it till the. I mean, 2021. I thought
That
they
was
were
the
only
original
doing it till
plan.
the end.
Originally, they were going to stop
No.
doing it last year, but now they're like, I guess it's unending, like the terror of our lives.
Yes. We have altered the deal.
As they said, there's too much hype around next gen. They have to keep doing it.
Ryan McCaffrey's like, why can't I get this boulder over the hill? This is bullshit.
This is fucking horse crap.
It's so good. I like how people did that insane thing they did with Phil Spencer, where he's like, he hit an Xbox Series S or X or whatever in the back because you didn't know what it looked like. And
Yeah.
people were like, all the Todd Howard videos has like the Ark and Indiana Jones stuff. And then he went, no, I just like the movies. I've had those in my house for years.
I could look
Yeah.
at Todd Howard and be like, yeah, that dude fucking loves Indiana Jones. He's probably
Yeah, no
fucking
shit.
dancing up and down that he gets to produce this.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt.
Yeah, that's it. That's probably one of my favorite pieces of news. I'm like, just get it away from EA. Let other people make some weird,
Yes.
dumb Star Wars shit. I'm begging you.
Yeah, because Star Wars has a long history of really exciting, interesting, weird games.
I want AA Star Wars games.
Like they're doing that new era, the High Republic, where that ended like 20 years before the Phantom Menace, and they're doing the TV show. They're doing even like a High Republic TV show. Just make a game. That's a cool setting. Let somebody make a High Republic game.
No.
No.
Also, that TV show might be Young Palpatine, which would tickle me shitless.
God.
Fuck off.
No. I
I
checked. High Republic's like a few hundred years before Episode 1.
That could still be young
Tragic-
Palpatine.
You know, you're right. The only thing that, like the only person there is like trainee Jedi Yoda.
Oh man, that makes it even more likely to have young Palpatine.
Well, they said some show they're making is 20 years before the Phantom Menace, and I think they said it would heavily involve the Sith.
Yes, yeah. That's because they announced 10 Star Wars shows in the past 2 months.
Make it young Palpatine. Get Ian McDermott. Is that how you pronounce that? I assume so.
Dermot.
Get Ian McDermott. Yeah. Just have him dub over the young actor.
Oh my God.
Okay, finally, we're bringing it to you, and you're giving us some good content. Between this and Adler is your Jedi Master.
Pretty much all like expanded universe content, in the books and comics and stuff, is terrible. But there's like young Palpatine shit where it's like, yeah, he just committed crimes because he knew his dad would pay off police and he didn't care. Like, this is so fun.
Oh man.
One is like he ran over a child in his speeder and was more upset that he wasn't good enough to be a racer.
Oh my God. We need Kyle Katarn back, and we need Dash Rendar back. That's all I ask for. That's all.
Fuck it, give Dash Rendar a show.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked if they would actually give those people.
Either reboot Jedi Knight with Kyle Katarn, or just do a new Shadows of the Empire, or just make Shadows of the Empire into a TV show.
Yeah, those were like super popular books too. Like I'm sure that would work.
I mean, that's the phase we're at, right? You need to focus on the absolutely hardcore fan base, probably, because like the broad mainstream appeal is maybe a little burned out. I'm not saying Star Wars is dead. Obviously, it's not. Mandalorian's doing fine, but I feel like some nice deep cuts would really help bring back some of the hardcores.
Right, and that's what Mandalorian did for a lot of people. Like get those people in getting off groundswell from, hey, people are excited for Star Wars again.
Like people didn't like the prequels by and large, but there was so much Star Wars shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That people didn't get chased off because like, well, the movie sucked, but I like this thing.
Right.
And then Disney was kind of like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like Jedi power battles.
Like the Phantom Menace game that has revolutionary AI, according to the Wikipedia page.
Revolutionary AI, and it's good, actually. I believe that's a verbatim quote.
Fucking made by the biggest fan of that game in the world.
Yeah, the creator.
They capitalized on the fucking Mandalorian so fast. It did good for one season, and they were like, all right, second season, also good. And they're like, here are 3 shows that are in the Mandalorian universe.
Oh my
So
God.
real quick, I'm going to plug Dan and Bob's videos. 2 of them. They did Star Wars month over a year ago. It almost killed them. 2 great videos. KZ helping them play Super Star Wars and knowing where every single thing is in that game. And then me helping them play the Phantom Menace on PS1 and going, fucking, I don't know. I don't fucking remember this game.
Which is
See, that one's really good.
That game is such a mess.
Like mine was, I know everything in this Eurojank nightmare game. You're like, maybe we'll do like 30 minutes in my video. Hour 53 minutes, you're finishing all of it so that you can get content ID'd for the last song in the game.
Yeah, what a nightmare.
I'm looking at the one you had with Phil, and I forgot how bad the thumbnail is.
It's really good, actually.
That sure was a month. We're out of news.
Oh, cool.
We're clean.
So Bob and I streamed something on Friday. It may have been ukulele. It may have been something else. Hey, KZ, what are you doing?
Hey, we are doing something really important coming up, Dan.
Oh, what's that, Bob?
A Dream series.
Oh, that's right. I should have plugged this at the beginning of the podcast, to be fucking honest.
Yes.
Oh well, they'll see the videos going up. Anyway, eventually. We are doing a We Share Your Dreams series. Just like we played your Mega Man Maker levels, we will now just be playing dreams that are submitted. I'm going to have a link in the description so that way people can submit dreams via the link on indreams.me, because that game is delightful and absolutely hilarious. And I have no doubt that series will have me wheezing every fucking episode because shit is so funny, whether intentional or not.
Oh my God.
There was a fucking episode. There was a dream where you played as Morgana, platforming around Persona to get pizza for, what was it, Joker and Raphael?
Oh God, was Raphael there too?
Raphael, what?
Every time you jump, Morgana says one of 3 phrases, one of which, of course, is "looking good, Joker." It's a platformer. It's so hilarious.
That sounds like a genuine nightmare.
It was fucking good, and I think about it more often than I should.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The conclusion of that fucking dream is they tried to make a combat engine like Persona 5's, and it's so rough, but so admirable. Oh, wait. You didn't get pizza for Raphael. Raphael was your stand, wasn't he?
Oh,
He's
God.
your persona.
Yeah, God, that was insane. That game makes no sense.
Yeah, no, that dream's incredible. Anyways, so look forward to that series. Maybe send some stuff in if you've seen it, or just go browsing at indreams.me for some tags and see what you're interested in. Anyways, KZ, what do you have going on?
Let's see. I'm still trying to stream more regularly. I don't know if I'm going to jump into Final Fantasy 3 immediately. I might switch things up, pick something else. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to keep on trying to stream more regularly. Keep not like a loose schedule for it. Maybe I'll get you to co-op Donkey Kong Country 3 with me. It's been a while.
It has been not even just barely half a year. Oh wait, no, a little bit over half a year. Oh, since Junkie Kong month.
Oh, I thought we were talking about when we last played 2 together. And I'm like, don't tell me that's 6 months. I'm gonna die.
No, that hasn't been 6 months, thank God. Oh my God. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country 3? Maybe.
Oh, one thing I am gonna do. I'm gonna try and figure out Parsec so that I can hook up and have people play Mario Party with me.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, because trying it through NetPlay, I'm like, I don't want the part where someone's internet makes it run at 40 frames.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. It's like I need that. Then my audience keeps asking me to do it. They're like, do it with Dan so he can make the loud animated noises that he does.
Yeah, like, the only way us playing Mario Party can end is Dan, through his mastery of video games, has 30 stars. It is the last turn.
Chance time.
Casey lands on chance time and swaps his 0 stars with Dan's 30. And we just start hearing gunshots.
I attempt to do it, and they all go to Bob.
Yeah, I was playing the super level high chess the whole time. The 12-dimensional chess, and that's what I want.
Do you guys know, and I'm not going to say what these tweets that I've been seeing are about specifically. I'm just going to tell you their content, and you can figure out the rest from that. Do you know how many tweets in the past 2 weeks that said some variant of, guys, I don't think he was playing 5D chess. I think he might just be beep. A lot.
Stop that.
Over 20.
Not a fan. What are you doing? You
Dragon
play
Age.
more of that game?
Dragon Age. We're getting to Dragon Age Awakening, the expansion pack, content I've never played before. All I know about it is that they just copied everything from it to make the third game.
Oh, that's great. You know, I felt bad about playing Final Fantasy 2, but at least that shit ended after 8 hours of play.
Oh, or this will only turn out to be 40 hours total.
I think your streams are delightful.
It's a lot of fun, except for the deep roads. I think the deep roads might be worse than the fade, because at least the fade is like, sorry, I can only drink water with the golem alone.
What the fuck's that thing that Marge says that's insane? I think they're neat.
Yeah, about
I think they're just neat. Yeah, that's how yep. Every time I tune in, I'm like, I think the stream's just neat. As Peel has to do terrible 7th gen bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like,
you're like, I don't have to press these buttons, so it's extra neat.
I'm gonna where I walk up to the guy going, I'm gonna kill you and everyone in here, and it says persuade, please don't do that.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Big Think Dimension. If you would like to support the GB Podcast Network, head on over to patreon.com/GB Podcast, so that way you can get exclusive behind the scenes on stuff, other content. There's a lot of content. It's basically non-ending avalanche of content. So head on over there, become a $5 backer or a Podlord today.